That concerns me a little bit. That took a while to start.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what to tell you, man.
With the issues we had the other day. Jack, I was listening to. I don't watch our streams, but I had to check on something, so I caught the beginning of one of our streams, and it's amazing to me when the streams actually start, because we typically, as soon as we go live, we start talking, but the videos will pick up anywhere from immediately to like 15 to 20 seconds after the beginning of the show.
That's weird.
We need to get us a cool little intro song like fuck YouTube and their shitty stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, both of these nuts.
All right, everybody should be able to hear us now. Hi guys, welcome to the show. This is Monkey in the Morning. I am Monk. He is Jack. Say hi, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
Jack, how the hell you doing, my friend?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, that's not good. Did it cut me off at the beginning of the show? Wait, I can still see stuff moving. Did I just lose Jack? I lost Jack. Okay. Yeah, that's not a good sign. Hi, guys. Fuck. The audio cut out, so I just assumed it was me again. This is Monkey in the Morning, and around here we just talk. And I got to tell you guys, this one was almost titled, I'm so annoyed. Because once again, I was on Twitter and I got fucking annoyed. I got to stop doing that. And it wasn't just Twitter. It was, I was on YouTube as well because I woke up. Okay, let's back up. I wasn't here yesterday, guys, because I had a good day. I was not feeling much pain. There's always pain, but not much. Nothing additional. Let's say it that way. And I decided I was just taking a day for me. I know I've had lots of days off this month, and I apologize for that, but most of them have been because I've been sitting here just in abject misery. Yesterday, I had a great day, and I sat here and I did fucking nothing. I played video games and did nothing. And then I woke up and pain returned. Like, that happens. But last night, I just got nauseous and threw up several times. I finally stopped throwing up. That's why we're doing a show now. But I go to bed rather early, and I wake up, I'm like, oh, I still don't feel well. And I come and I sit down at the computer, and then I start looking at the internet, and I'm like, I think I'd rather be throwing up right now. Oh, fuck. What a world, man. What a world. And there's a story out of, it's Sweden, where a young girl, 16 years old, was raped by an immigrant over there, a refugee. 16-year-old girl misses her bus, walks home down a pedestrian path, and gets raped. Now, they catch the guy who did it, and he gets a 3-year sentence. But their court decided not to kick this guy out of their country. Hey, Jack, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks. It just threw me out for some reason.
Yeah, I thought my internet went out at the beginning of the show, and there's like, oh no, Jack just left.
Yeah, it just tossed me out. It's like, fuck you. And I was like, okay.
Oh, wait till you guys hear the reason. So, Jack, I was just talking about the Sweden case. I don't know if you saw it. A 16-year-old girl got raped by an immigrant.
Yeah, that's been all over the place.
This dude, he rapes her. They got him dead to rights and everything. But the prosecutor, after his sentence is up, wants him deported, and the court said no. And at least part of their reasoning is that he didn't rape her long enough.
Yeah, that was one of the primary reasons they gave for because the duration wasn't sufficient.
It wasn't. Look, man, he only raped her a little while. Not even a little bit. Like he just got the tip in. No. It wasn't a long enough rape for it to be a extreme case and therefore kicked out of the country.
How insulting is that to the victim?
How insulting is that to the Swedish people?
Right?
They're like, no, we can't deport him. He only raped her for 1.5 minutes, and we have a strict 2-minute rule.
Yeah, the fact that he's a 2 pump and dump, man.
Right.
Come on.
I mean, they didn't let him off scot-free. Instead, no, they're going to turn him loose on the population again in 3 years.
Yeah.
But look, he's a refugee, so sending him home could be bad for him.
Yeah, look, Eritrea is not as bad as like the Congo.
What the fuck? What is wrong with your? Yeah, my honest look. As soon as I saw it, I went and looked it up and confirmed it was true. But my honest response was, please, somebody tell me this is fake. Please, please let
Well,
me live in a world where that's not a reality. Where we're not
Europe,
saying,
hmm,
hey, you come from a shitty place, so just because you raped one of us, we don't want you to have a bad time.
well, all the raping, they're having a good old time. Yeah, look, you would think that Sweden would be more inclined to boot this person, but all of Europe is like this. They have just opened their buttholes to the Islamic invaders. It's beyond staggering how willing they are to just give them anything they want.
It's not. I hear what you're saying, but remember, we had 157 Democrats vote against removing people who sexually assaulted women and children.
Yeah, and I
They
cannot grasp that mindset.
they said it was demonizing well, not illegals because they don't use that. Demonizing immigrants. No, it's demonizing rapists and pedophiles,
Yeah,
which you don't really have to demonize because they're demons.
yeah, teach third worlders not to rape.
No shit. But yeah, that's one of the first things I saw when I got on the internet, and it didn't get much better from that. I mean,
Nope,
most of the other stories I saw didn't involve rape. Most.
most.
Let's talk about our main story and the title of today's stream. On your screen is a fat dude who's really way too proud to be in a public space with his shirt off, Jack. This looks like a restaurant. Why you got your shirt off in a restaurant?
To gross everybody out. I don't know.
This is Graham Platner. I want to say Planter, but the T comes before the end.
Well, you see, you look at that guy and you think planet.
Yeah,
like Ham
yeah.
Planet.
He is a Democratic candidate for the Senate in Maine. He's trying to knock off Susan Collins up there. And is it Susan Collins in Maine? I think so. He's one of the Democratic candidates. They still have their primary to get through, Jack, so they don't know who's gonna face her. But he's one of their leading candidates, and yes, he has an SS tattoo. Well, he had an SS tattoo. So this video of him goes kind of viral because people notice that the tattoo on his chest there, on his right titty, is a Nazi symbol.
Yep.
Now there have been a couple of people who are like, wait, the Germans used that before the Nazis.
Yeah,
Sure.
but it's popularized by the SS.
Yes, this is universally these days seen as an SS tattoo. This isn't like the Christian cross that Hegseth has.
Yeah.
Where you can literally see the Kaiser wearing the fucking thing.
Yeah.
This was made popular by the SS. And look, I'm gonna be fair here and say maybe this idiot didn't know that when he got it. There's an asterisk on that.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the unlikely scenario on that one.
He gets this tattoo and doesn't think anything of it until this goes viral, and then he gets it covered up, Jack. And we're gonna move to this because I love the headline from the AP. Maine Senate candidate Platner says tattoo recognized as Nazi symbol has been covered.
That doesn't change the fact that he had it.
Recognized as Nazi symbol. Not his Nazi tattoo. No. Not the way that they treated Hegseth and like, oh my God, he's got Nazi symbolism on him.
It
was this really obscure thing, and somebody just happened to recognize it.
Well, look, Monkey, I hear what you're saying, but you have to recognize that Christians are worse than Nazis to the communists.
True. I really also like this AP story because the reason we had to look at that other picture, this one over here that I showed you first, was because in this AP article, which was all I was going to cover about this, there is no picture of the original tattoo. They have several pictures of this guy, but none of them with his original tattoo on it.
Why would they want to do that?
And they do go into talking about things like Pete Hegseth, because that's important to this story, other than to point out the press's clear bias and this guy's weird nipple. Why does your nipple stick out that far when it's clearly not hard? Bro. That looks like a cancerous growth, man. You need to get that looked at.
Maybe he's got a lot of estrogen, like pop movies. So he's starting to lactate.
You have them titties like in a scary movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he gets it covered up, and now it's a dog supposedly in a Celtic circle, is what I'm told this shitty tattoo is.
Is it an IRA symbol now?
Yeah. But my problem with this, look, I don't know what's in the man's heart, okay? This is the first I've heard of this fucker. I don't know him, and he claims he didn't know. I have questions about that. I mean, because I've been told he's a historical fan, Jack.
Look, if you're getting some permanent ink put on you and it's a symbol of some kind, you should probably find out if it's got any associations, because most symbols do.
Well, he's got a little.
Probably look it up.
He's got a little Asian writing, it looks like, on the other titty. I wonder if that says "fuck Jews."
That probably celebrates like Pearl Harbor or something.
It says "white power." My problem with this is how it's being treated, because that's always my problem with the press. Because if this was a Republican, there would be no, oh my God, he said he didn't know. They'd be like, he's a Nazi. Look, he's got clear Nazi imagery on him. But since it's a Democrat, they're like, well, somebody recognized that that's what it was. He didn't really know. And so he went and got it covered immediately. By the way, way to bitch out and make them change your tattoo, fucker. Nobody, because he's had this tattoo for years, according to them, like a decade or more. And nobody in that time recognized the Nazi imagery on his right titty. They were just like, nah, bro, that's a cool looking Punisher tattoo. Can we just point out that anytime Republicans have anything that looks like a skull at all, even including the Punisher symbol itself, they're like, look at this symbol of white supremacy.
Yeah,
this man had an actual Nazi skull on him, and they were like, what?
Yeah, they like to create Nazi imagery where it's not in existence too. Like, oh, that crucifix is totally a Nazi symbol,
right?
Oh, that Iron Cross, that's the Nazis. Yeah, that's the ticket.
My problem with it is how the press treats it. I expect the parties to be partisan. That makes sense. I expect better of our press. And I know I shouldn't. Because fool me once, right?
Yeah.
But could you just pretend? Just pretend to be. This is the fucking Senate in Maine. Collins has a good chance of going down to whichever Democrat wins their primary. You don't need the guy with the Nazi skull on his chest. But they must really like this guy, because they are defending the shit out of him on this. To the point that this story about it doesn't even include the original tattoo. Wow. They describe it a little bit, Jack. But they don't show it.
Well, I'm telling you, they don't want to do that because he's their man. He's a Democrat, so you have to have party allegiance, and that takes precedent over any horrific beliefs that he has. We've seen it time and time again.
Can I also just point out that the original tattoo was ugly because they did it all in black.
Yeah.
And black eventually, for those of you with new tattoos, like, look how crispy. That tattoo is eventually going to fade a lot, and it's going to look like shit. And so if it's mostly black, it's just going to look like this really ugly blob on you.
Yeah, you have to get touched up.
Yeah.
And let's face it, the tattoo wasn't that well done to begin with. Like
No.
you didn't get a good, like you want to take your time and look for a good artist to do your tattoo. You don't want to find just like the first tattoo parlor you stagger across when you're drunkenly looking for a tattoo.
I mean, when you do a skull that just has a couple of cracks in it and all black, that's going to run together and eventually just look like a black skull. And again, blobby as well. You used to be a Marine, man. Why do you look like that? You look like a sailor. I'm going to be honest with you. You should have more pride in yourself, sir.
I think he was going for a little more alien or Aryan Nation ex-con.
Yeah, and he's got the look.
Yeah.
But don't worry, guys. Don't worry. You only have to worry if a Republican has anything vaguely Nazi-esque. Full on Nazi. Nah. Don't worry about it, man.
Nah, it's okay.
Dad bod. I don't have a problem with dad bod. I have that. Actually, I guess now it's a granddad bod, but yeah, think about that, ladies. Haha.
You're old.
I am old. But come on, man, just a little more pride in yourself. A little more pride. And our media, man, they are such shit. And I was gonna give the media a little bit of credit today, Jack.
That'll learn you.
And this happens every goddamn time. I'm gonna give the media just a little bit of credit.
Come on, you know better.
Did you see Dana Bash?
No.
Oh, sorry, Danana Bash, because it's not Dana. That would be she's not Dana Bash. She's Danana Bash.
Yeah, I try not to look directly at her in case she's Gorgon.
I don't understand why all of these people, like, my name is not Steve, it's Stevie.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's Steve, bro. I can read.
No, it's JQ not Jacqueline.
Yes. So, that's a YouTube video about it. I don't want the YouTube video. Shit, I don't think I retweeted the original video I want. Dana Bash had Nancy Pelosi on and actually questioned her.
What? Well, Pelosi's not a speaker anymore, so it's safe.
She didn't push her hard enough, but she's questioning her about the shutdown.
You push that old lady hard enough, she can break a hip. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, you'll catch a charge like the Pelosi guy, the hammer guy.
Yeah.
That's probably not right.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Sorry, guys. I'm looking for the video. Whose video is this? I don't know if this is just the straight video. It looks like it. I can't tell if there's commentary.
It's the flamboyant one.
But this is actually from a few days ago. We'll just talk about it. Pelosi is challenged. Dana asked her, they're saying it's a clean bill or a clean resolution, clean CR. How come you guys aren't going for it? And she goes, it's not a clean CR. And Dana asked her, what makes it not clean? And Nancy's response, well, this is a distraction.
Uh-huh.
I don't give Danana Bash very much credit, but I will at least give her credit for pushing back a little bit there. She still let her get away with her bullshit answer in the end.
Yeah, at least there was a little bit of pushback, though.
It's almost nothing. Yeah, it's almost like the press has started to realize that, hey, we're a joke and we should at least pretend not to be.
I don't think they think that way. I think their bosses think that way.
That's fair enough. Was there anything else?
Did you see that? Speaking of news interviews, the Catherine Clark from Massachusetts explaining the government shutdown.
No.
Oh, it's 15-second clip. It's in the side chat.
Which one? Oh, there's only one there. All right.
Yeah.
That makes it much easier. Oh, yes, I did, because you sent this to me.
Yeah, yeah, I figured I did. I couldn't remember, and I was too lazy to look. So here we are.
Yeah, her name right off didn't ring a bell, but yeah, I watched this because you sent it to me. Anyway, here we go.
I mean, shutdowns are terrible. And of course, there will be, families that are going to suffer.
I just want to stop right there. Charlie Kirk got a bunch of shit for saying that death, murder is a unfortunate consequence of having the Second Amendment, but it's one worth the Second Amendment is worth the risk. This woman's like, there are people gonna suffer, but what? I so much feel that every time that the left is challenged on anything, that is their what? It's okay when we do it. Q, thank you. Remember when a fancy corner stage at CPAC event resembled an obscure Norse Nazi occult ruin, and the media melted down for a week straight about dog whistles? If that was a dog whistle, inking an overt logo on your chest would be a dog shot collar. Yes.
Yeah, a Hassan collar.
Well, I mean, if you go back and look at the Obama rally at that was Madison, right?
I don't remember where that one was.
But he's got the stone columns and everything. All he's
Yeah.
literally just missing the Nazi flags. And they were like, this is so cool. But then Trump goes to Madison Square Garden. They're like, it's a Nazi rally.
Yeah, well, Trump shows up and they think that the Nazis are somehow involved. It's mystifying, but they don't understand anything about fascism, or they would be doing a lot more self reflection. So the useful idiots are kind of blathering retards.
Keister says his leg cross is just as feminine as hers. Yeah, I don't know how guys sit like this. I have testicles, and that would hurt.
Yeah, like he could be even crunching his mangina right there. Like that is an uncomfortable way to sit.
Do you have to tuck to be able to sit like this?
Probably. But also those shoes don't match those pants at all. Those are the wrong shoes to wear.
As somebody who hates dress shoes, I'm gonna give him a pass on this.
Yeah, I hate dress shoes too, but I would probably be dressed more casual anyway because I don't like dressing up.
I saw a pair of dress shoes the other day that the part past your toe comes to a point. Nobody's foot is shaped like that. But it's like 3 inches longer than where if you bought those shoes, where your toe would stop.
Maybe that's where he hides his drugs.
I don't understand dress shoes. I really don't.
I don't either. I hate wearing them. They're uncomfortable. You can't like do anything. Like if there's an emergency, you're not going to get out of the building quickly in dress shoes. They're not designed for that.
Thank you, Michael. Excuse me. Hang on a sec. Thank you, Michael. Did you see Schumer on Dr. Mike's channel? Mike explained to him how some government money goes towards healthcare for illegals, and all Chucky had to say was nuh-uh. Yeah. No, I didn't, Michael.
I caught part of that. I think that was the one I saw, but there's a couple of Democrats that are out there going, nah, no matter what facts are presented to them.
We will look that up and see if we can't find that clip, though, because that's a 50-minute show. I need the clip of just that part. Anyway, let's get back to her. Look, we know there's going to be some families in crisis over this.
We take that responsibility very seriously.
Well, then open the government. It's really simple. It's very simple. Just go vote to open the government. The ones holding this up are you guys. You know people are going to be harmed. You have the power to stop it, and you're not. How is that taking your responsibility seriously? Anyone? They just say words. They literally mean nothing.
They don't care. These people are garbage. They're
Speaking of
awful
which,
people.
we really should watch the Mamdani, the commie from New York. Watch his answer to that one question.
Oh my God. I know exactly what you're talking about. That man has no concept of economics.
Michael, thank you, says it's in the tab for shorts. You're gonna let me. All right, we'll watch this video in full in a second because it's not that long and I've already interrupted it. But I need to go on just a small rant. I noticed today that YouTube removed the option. I don't watch shorts. I hate shorts. I think they're stupid. And if I wanted to watch TikTok, I'd go fucking watch TikTok.
Yeah.
But there used to be an option where you could say, show me this less often. And they got rid of it. And not only did they get rid of it, now when I search for videos, there's the first thing that comes up is a whole bunch of shorts. And I scroll down and there's like 2 videos, then a whole bunch more shorts, and then a couple more videos, and then a whole bunch more shorts.
I know, dude. I know.
I don't understand those who watch shorts because this isn't TikTok. Why are you watching that shit here?
Well, my problem is when I'm on my phone and I'm trying to scroll, it'll for some reason I'll hit the short by accident and it'll start playing. So I can't not make it activate. You know, your regular videos don't always play. Sometimes you get an ad or something, but those fucking shorts are like super sensitive.
Shorts have should have their own tab on YouTube. Like I go to YouTube and there's a whole bunch of videos, and then if I want shorts, I can click on shorts. That's how it should be.
They're making this a thing because you don't make as much money off of shorts, so they're pushing that so they don't have to pay creators as much.
They don't make as much money off shorts. They can't get ads on them. There's a reason that they want long form content on YouTube. There's a reason that they push videos that are 2 or 3 hours long, because the more they can keep people here, the more they make money. And you can't do that on shorts. It makes no sense. This is literally just to try to take the TikTok audience.
Yeah, I didn't say what they're doing is smart. I'm just saying they're really pushing this nonsense for some fucking reason. And I think it's stupid.
Your show is sponsored by a Vietnamese wife service. You know what?
Nice.
Let me tell you. I will recommend getting yourself a Vietnamese wife because they can make lumpia.
Yeah, they can cook. They'll have a job. They're like Filipino chicks. And they come from a third world country, so no matter how poor you're living, it's probably significantly better than they're living.
Yeah. For those who don't know what that is, it's basically a really small egg roll. All Asian women can make different kinds of egg rolls. Marry them. Those things are good.
Yeah, because it's got eggs and rice and whatever vegetable they got laying around with access, like carrots and lettuce or cabbage.
Plus, white women mostly suck.
There is that. Well, Eastern European ones aren't too bad, but American ones are garbage.
White women want to run your life. Black women will beat you up. Get yourself a nice little Asian woman.
Yes.
She'll cook for you, call you Mister. That's nice.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of hot, too. Oh, Mr. Jack, you're so nice.
Yeah.
You're so rich. You have such big penis.
It's a good thing we're not a bigger show. We'd be in so much trouble. Officer Buck, thank you. I have recently gotten into painting minis, and those shorts are really hard when I need a quick tip. Really handy when I need a quick tip on how to paint something I ain't TikToking. All right. One, thank you, Officer Buck. I understand that. I do. And I do think people who make videos on like how to should shut the fuck up and get to the how to part of it. Yes. I understand. But shorts aren't the answer. Shaming those people is.
Yeah, because they're still going to make their fucking long-winded nonsense. It's frustrating. I hate all the people that are slow talkers to try and pad their video to get that 8-minute mark. And
by the way,
with the cat to try and keep him from chewing my headphone cord. Stop it.
For anybody out there who's offended at what I said about white women, one, I do stand by most of it. White women are horrible. But two, I'm married to a white woman. I made a white woman. I am directly responsible for 6 white women existing. All of my grandchildren are are females. So
Huh.
I've done more for spreading the white race than most of the people who talk about the need for spreading whiteness. They're all out there like, but I can't hump, it's gay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no, stop putting it in dudes' butts. It won't be so gay. It's really simple.
I didn't even think so.
Yeah.
Real quick, thank you, Pumpkin Trucker. I absolutely despise 99.9% of YouTube shorts, but my
Yes.
guilty pleasure is Chris Bowden, Physics Duck on YouTube. Most of his videos are shorts, but funny as absolute fuck. I do watch some comedy shorts, like Brad Williams comes up in my feed a lot. And I introduced him to my sister today.
Oh,
Not in real life, but yeah, I showed her the Afghanistan clip where he's talking about riding in the Black Hawk.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ones. And she laughed her ass off. And thank you, Senator Mazie Hirono. Come put your meat in my loompa, big boy.
Oh, okay. You do need to be discerning about which Asian chicks, okay?
Yeah. Try not to get Americanized ones because they tend to be, Americanized.
Yeah.
So they're kind of crazy and want your resources and your fluids so they can ruin your life.
See, this is why people do clips of their streams so that they can stay on topic. But while we're still off topic, I just want to say about the shorts. I may watch more shorts now, but the reason I didn't watch them for so long, even if it was something that I thought I would like oftentimes people will send me shorts over on like Twitter and I don't realize it's a short until I click on the fucking thing. And then I immediately remove it from my history because if you have the history of watching even one goddamn short, if you had clicked show me less often, they're like, well, clearly he wants to see all of them now.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of a problem with their algorithm anyway. If you watch one video from a person, they think that's your favorite creator now.
Mm-hmm. It's okay to give a recommendation or two based on the video that you just watched, but when it's everything, like, because I've been playing Stardew Valley, when I'm playing a game, people play in the background. And so I watched a Stardew Valley video. And when I went back to YouTube, literally every video that I could see on the main screen was Stardew Valley related. I'm like, I watched one fucking video. One. Anyway, so this is the chick. Pretend that the last 30 minutes didn't happen and we're just talking about this video.
Good luck with that.
Okay, so she's explaining the shutdown. We're going to let her speak in full, I think.
I mean, shutdowns are terrible.
I know okay.
We're going to let her speak in full. Okay, I stopped it again immediately.
I actually interrupted to explain that I may still interrupt.
Oh, irony.
Fat pussies. All right.
That's right.
And of course, there will be, families that are going to suffer. We take that responsibility very seriously.
Okay. Oh, sorry, guys. This is just a pet peeve. If you go on a show where they mic you up and put a mic on your lapel, don't fucking clap your chest. I get it. You're showing me how much you care. But god damn, that's annoying. Sorry, that had nothing to do with what she's saying. It's just a grievance of mine. And you don't see men do it that often because men aren't prone to that, oh my God, pearl clutching bullshit.
Yeah.
But ladies, when a lapel mic, when you slap it, it makes noise.
Terrible. And of course, there will be, families that are going to suffer. We take that responsibility very seriously. But it is one of the few leveraged times we have. I mean,
and there's the real point of it. They don't give a shit about the American people. For all their talk about it, they're hurting the Americans. All they care about is what power they can wield. And look, she's just being honest.
Yeah.
This is the way our adversarial system is set up. this is the one thing that they can do to try to force their will. But you're not supposed to say that part out loud. You're supposed to be blaming the Republicans. It's the only power we have. I mean, we kind of saw this with the AOC Bernie Sanders thing, which, by the way, the Democrats just put out earlier today. This is the second longest shutdown thanks to the Republicans, who, by the way, have all voted to open the government repeatedly.
Yep.
And I will be perfectly honest with you. If this was Rand Paul holding it up because we're spending too much money and he wants cuts, I would be on his side. But that's not what they're doing. They're holding it up to spend even more money
On illegal immigrants.
in a case where the reason it's shut down is we don't have enough money.
Yeah.
The logic there, it's so fucking insane. It's so insane. But yeah, they're not wrong, or she's not wrong about it being their only leverage because they're in the minority. But where was your compassion for that point of view, lady, when the Republicans caused the last shutdown because they wouldn't just push through a CR? Where was that shit then?
Well, the Republicans did that. Fuck them. Right?
Yeah.
Right. That's how it works.
And once again, this is a thing with our press that drives me nuts. I mean, it's not that hard to understand we don't have this money, we can't spend it, and they're wanting to spend more and calling these assholes out for it the way that you would if it was Republicans. You don't even have to work that hard. Just change the bad Republican to bad Democrat, and you can use the same fucking talking points you've used every time. I don't understand. Okay, I'm told that it's in the short clip. God bless.
Real quick. Thank you, Evolve Potato. Something that pissed me off today was my prime minister promising to invest $1.4 trillion in America, but the money he promised to invest is privately owned retirement funds of the Australian people. The government has no legal power to invest that money. Well, they haven't had legal power to do a lot of the stuff they've been doing for the last few years, man. So are you really surprised by this? I wouldn't be. And they're going to squander that money. Don't worry.
What do you mean they don't have the ability? I don't know your constitution, I guess.
It's
Mark,
the privately owned retirement funds, not government funds.
but the government spent it?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, that's like your 401k getting spent by the government, you know. They're not supposed to be able to do that.
Mark, thank you. Remember March of 2020, the whole country shut down for more than 6 months because of you know what? Yeah, more than a year, actually. We don't open up until after the magical vaccine that totally won't harm your heart if you're a young man who doesn't need it.
Somebody got the sniffles.
Did you see what Taylor Lorenz was talking about with the so we watched the clip of her the other day where she's like, security here at TwitchCon is so hard for a journalist to get in.
Yeah.
She was just mad because they wanted to see her face when she's wearing that stupid diaper.
Yeah.
She got her face maxi pad on, and she's like, I'm so sick. I got the long COVID. We ain't seen that bitch in a mask in like over a year.
Yeah.
But suddenly she needed again because that long COVID shit.
It's really long COVID, dude.
It's intermittent long COVID.
Well, it still qualifies as long because it goes into like into hiding. It's still there. It's just hiding away. It's like behind her liver.
You know what? I just realized that last night I was throwing up because I got the long COVID.
Oh, Monkey got the long COVID. Did you get it from Taylor?
I did. I watched one of her videos and it came right through the screen.
Oh, it's like The Ring.
Oh man. Real quick, just a little Hassan update. Did you see that Ludwig has come out and he said that was 100% a shot collar?
No, I did see some veterinarians saying it was definitely a shock collar.
The
And it was
company came out
animal
and
abuse.
said it was a shock collar.
Yeah. No, the thing with the vet was he actually said straight up that's animal abuse.
Yeah, he said even if it was just the vibration, it was animal abuse because it's not being used to train the dog to avoid danger or to stop a bad behavior that might harm somebody. It's
Yeah.
literally just to keep it as a prop. So
It's a punishment.
best case scenario, even if it was just the vibration collar, it was not, then it was still abusive. Yeah.
Well, oh, shocker. Hassan's a piece of shit. Oh, I'm so shocked by that. Not
Yeah,
as shocked as Kea, but yeah.
The thing about the Ludwig thing, and I haven't seen anybody mention this. Ludwig comes out and says that he doesn't even hang out with Hassan, really. They don't even talk or anything. Now, keep that in mind. He doesn't even really talk to Hassan. He doesn't hang out with him. But his girlfriend goes to Hassan's house every day.
Yeah.
Wouldn't if you're a man and your woman is going to another dude's house who you don't even like anymore, according to Ludwig. You don't even like this guy really. You don't hang out with him, but your girlfriend's at his place daily.
Does he like his girlfriend? Because she's getting plowed by him.
Your girlfriend is getting the other shocker from Hassan.
Yeah, which Taylor Lorenz seems to want really badly.
Right? This isn't like she's employed by him, so she has to show up daily. She's doing it of her own volition.
Yeah, there's definitely more going on there, in my opinion.
You know what it is? She, like the writer of the GQ article, she just really likes to see his wet, sweaty titty meat.
You.
Yeah. You want to make anything gross, call it titty meat. I don't know why that bothers me so much. The first person I ever saw say that was Patrice O'Neill when he was on his Elephant in the Room special. He keeps referring to this chick's cleavage as titty meat.
You want some barbecue sauce on your chicken titty meat?
Titty meat. Anyway, I do use it occasionally to gross out my wife too.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Let's go through the stuff you guys sent me, because I'm sure people sended me stuff.
People are sending you stuff.
What's that?
People are always sending you stuff.
They are, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Although Massive is the reason that I saw the story about that Swedish girl, and that just made me want to vomit. So Massive, I love you, but
dude, this all over the place.
Yeah. This one was going around today. Emaru has said she's going to sue. Not sue. She's going to press charges against the guy who assaulted her, which she should.
And she should, absolutely. She should have a restraining order on him too.
Thank you, Matt. Are you suggesting Hassan is heterosexual? No. I'm suggesting he humps chicks because it's a beard.
Yeah, it's he's like the gay dude in a Scary Movie. Put this football suit on.
Yes, exactly. Put on the helmet. Thank you, Anonymous. Tens machine guy here. Ow, my back. Did you put it on, or are you going to put it on because of your back? Did you hear about the DoorDash driver? Yes, I did. We can cover her in a minute. But Emaru has confirmed she's pressing charges, and I don't know how well you guys can see it, but the very, very first comment: sue Twitch into oblivion. She can't sue Twitch into oblivion, and she will lose money and her career if she sues Twitch. She's not suing Twitch, you guys. She might get a settlement out of them. Be like, hey, we're gonna sue you, but she has a vested interest in that,
Yeah, there's a strong financial interest not to sue. I still think she should, but I get why she isn't going to.
Excuse me. I mean, she shouldn't have gone anyway. I know we're not supposed to victim blame. Can you talk for just a second?
Yeah, like Asby Gold warned people, nobody listened. And they all called him like a crazy old man. But yeah, it's way too dangerous to go to some of these conventions. TwitchCon already had a reputation that was bad, so it's not like this is new. I met my balls. Tens machine. Ow, my balls. Ew. Gross. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure that girl's got a ton of money anyway, but yeah. I don't know. They're not going to learn anything from this at Twitch. They're just going to hope it falls out of the press and it goes away. Because that's what they do over there. They just wait for the problem to disappear on its own so Dan can continue to pretend he's 20 years old and hanging out with teenagers.
Sorry, apparently I'm not done throwing up.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not trying.
Fine.
My voice will come back in a second.
I know, but he's still just Ralph.
Have you known me to just quit?
No, not unless it's really serious. So you should be drinking water. I don't know. I got nothing.
Oh, now I gotta sneeze. Welcome to the Monkey's Gross Hour. Anyway, I'm not blaming her for going to TwitchCon. You shouldn't have gone, but you did, and horrible shit happened. But would you torch your career over that? For what? Even if you do get a payout, you're probably not going to make what you would have made in Twitch in a year.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair, but she's already pretty rich. And I think the principle of it, maybe it's just me, but the principle of it to protect other people in the future, they need to be taught a lesson. And they're not going to learn anything if they're not punished for it.
I don't think they learn anything if they are punished for it. If she won a lawsuit against them, maybe they increase security a little tiny bit.
Sadly, you're
but TwitchCon security was bad the year before, and the year before that, and the year before that. Fuck, Neon snuck in as another creator and got up to the table where that creator was supposed to do a meet and greet.
Yep.
And this is after all this shit has happened.
That creator was black, by the way.
Yes.
And Neon is not.
No, he's off-white. And he just said, I'm him. And they're like, oh, he can't come through here.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. You didn't check his name tag or anything?
There's nothing really good comes from suing them. I hate Twitch, y'all. There's a reason I don't stream over there anymore. I don't like Dan Clancy. I don't like what they get away with, what they allow versus what they say you can't do. But the reality is that even if she sued, it's not going to change anything. And if I'm her, I don't sue. I might work out a sweet deal with them, but I'm not going to sue them over it because she might be able to come over to YouTube and make a name for herself here. But chances are, if you switch platforms, you lose a large part of your audience. You'd be coming to a place where gaming isn't really fostered the way it is on Twitch.
Yeah.
And you're even more of a dime a dozen chick here than you are over there, just from sheer volume. She's got a sweet deal going on there, and yeah, go after the guy who did it for sure. But if this was taken through the courts and stuff, she'd be lucky to get a few $100,000, maybe. Anyway, Frank, thank you. I thought it was just because your internet sucks. What? The way I sounded there for a minute? Which thing? All right, let's talk about Dan Clancy, Jack. because there was a video going around. I'm not even going to bring it up on the screen because it's actually really stupid. There's some guys doing a stream, and one of their friends calls them or FaceTimes them. And when she first shows the phone, Dan Clancy's there. And then it shows her face. And the internet goes wild with Dan Clancy's hiding. She turned the camera to face her face.
Yeah, she's a streamer and an OnlyFans girl.
Yeah.
So she's pretty well known. This is really a nothing burger to me.
Yep. It's nonsense. But there has, because of that, like Dan Clancy in his interview with Taylor Lorenz talking about how Emaru is a friend of mine. Man's like 61. She's like, what, 14?
I think she's like 21 or something.
But because
he's a little
of that,
old to be hanging out with college kids.
Well, I mean, people keep saying that. I've seen that around quite a bit. But yeah, is that so unusual? I'm not defending Dan here. I'm trying not to. But it is amazing to me that people are harping on that. I do believe we all know Big Ball's name because of Elon Musk. What's Big Balls? 24?
Yeah, but he's an employee. It's a little different.
Well,
Because
no,
they were
no.
trying to frame this as he was hanging out with this girl for some like sexual purpose, and that wasn't the case.
Well, even with, but again, that's why I moved past that just to the general. He's hanging around with young people stuff, and even with looking to get puss. Ashley St. Clair is still in her 20s.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's
This-
common with rich people, but
Yeah.
it's still kind of gross because it really looks like Dan's trying to keep this persona that he's still in his 20s. And it's just a little weird. He's not acting like an adult. You know, if you're grown up, act like a grown up. And if you're banging a 20-year-old, at least you look like a grown up and not like some like hello fellow kids weirdo, which is how he looks. I mean, look at the way he dresses. He doesn't dress like a CEO, much less a man of his age demographic.
He dresses like a weird old hippie, which is what I expect old weird hippies to look like. I can't get on board with this act your age shit because I don't believe in that. If everybody in the group is liking him and he's not being there all, because none of these people who are actually in those groups is complaining about Dan being there.
Well, they're not going to complain because he's their boss. I mean, you can't complain that Michael Scott's showing up at your party because he might fire you.
You can still complain. It's all other people who are saying it. I haven't seen any of the people like, it's a little weird that he's hanging out here.
No, because they're all clout chasing off of him.
Or maybe
most
they
of these
like hanging
people
out with Dan.
I don't know. I think most of these people are too shallow and vapid to actually be able to make friendship happen in a long-term sense. They're all using each other for clout.
Hello, fellow kids.
These are parasocial relationships. They're not friendships.
God, I hate that term.
I know, but it actually does apply here.
I don't know that it does. I have not seen the way that Clancy interacts with these people on a day-to-day basis.
From what I've seen, he just comes off as kind of sleazy. And
Yeah, he looks sleazy, but look at the people he's hanging around with.
yeah, well, they're sleazy too. I mean, he hangs around with a bunch of OnlyFans and borderline cock tease prostitutes. So not real impressed with anybody in this scenario, but it strikes me as him trying to maintain his youth, and he thinks he's pulling it off. And it just really gives me the vibes that he's doing a hello fellow kids.
I would argue he is pulling it off.
I don't know, because if you have to use your position to do it, it doesn't seem like it's genuine.
It's not his position, it's his money. Let's be honest. Ashley St. Clair didn't fuck Elon because he owned X. It's because he's a billionaire.
Yeah, well, I think that scenario is a little different though, because we know she was
I
after
don't.
the money.
I don't.
I think these
I
people are doing it so that he'll keep them high in the algorithm.
for money.
And
Yeah.
well,
It,
but he's not the one giving them the money. He's
but he
helping them
is.
obtain the money.
He's doing what California does with Medicaid to give it to illegals. He's the one that facilitates the money going there.
Well, I mean, you can give exposure, but it's not a guarantee of success. So he's giving them the exposure, which gives them the opportunity to make the money.
I would again disagree, just because if Dan Clancy likes you and you're on the front page of Twitch every day, people are going to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it's I would equate him more to Harvey Weinstein than Elon Musk.
Okay, I hear you, but I don't see a big difference. Okay, look, we're removing the rape allegations from Harvey in this situation.
Yeah, no, I mean
Yeah.
the whole casting couch thing. Like,
Yeah, I knew what you meant. I just want to make
Yeah.
sure the audience does.
yeah. I wasn't talking about. Well,
Yeah,
I don't know
but
if Harvey actually raped anyone or not. So,
but if you blow me, you get to be in this movie, kind of thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
yeah, it's the access. You know, you want
But-
access to what I've got. You got to give me something.
In that regard, involving Elon, Ashley was getting pumped up on Twitter. He was retweeting her and stuff. He was giving her the clout she wanted. I'm just saying. I
Yeah,
don't see a huge
Yeah,
difference
when
in
you
the
put
way
it
they
that way,
behave.
when you put it that way, it makes more sense. So, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying now.
And that's again, I don't necessarily think that it's all that creepy. This is just human nature. Man has resources, woman wants resources. Boom. And age
No,
is not a big when it comes if you're a man, right? You're 20 years old and you go out and tell your friends, "Hey, I'm banging that 60-year-old lady." Nobody's going to be like, "Get it." Even if she's rich. Who is that actor from like the 70s who he hooked up and banged that really old lady?
Oh shit, I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of the name.
Yeah, he was like a minor actor too. It's not like he was a major actor or anything. He'd been like bit roles and shit. He was on Howard Stern's show several times. That's how I found out about the guy. Everybody was like, "That's so fucking gross." But when like Leonardo DiCaprio shows up with some 18-year-old on his arm, yeah, there's a little bit of pushback about it these days, but for the most part, people are like, "Yeah, bitch wants money. He got money." That's how human nature works.
Yeah,
And
I get it. I just think the guy's sleazy. I don't know. Something about him gives me the creeps. You know,
women, look, I'm not disagreeing with you on this, but look at Hugh Hefner. He was banging 20-year-olds up until the time he died. Well, let's be honest, 17-year-olds up until the time he died. And he was a sleazy motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't take issue. I understand the fact that older guys will bang younger chicks, and younger chicks wants access to the resources. I don't really take issue with that. I take issue with the fact this guy's creepy, and he just strikes me as somebody that's got skeletons in his closet that will eventually come out. And I think there's something real sleazy about the guy that I just can't quite pinpoint. I have some ideas, but I'm not going to.
We'll talk about him off air.
Yeah.
But my only point here is that the people he is hanging around with, I mean, they're kind of sleazy themselves.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think there's probably a handful of naive ones, and the rest are just scumbags.
How many of them have OnlyFans? Like the one chick we were talking about, the one that the phone thing happens. I mean,
Yeah.
These are whores, man. Of course they're hanging out with a weird old guy who has money.
Yeah, that's why I thought that was a nothing story. That chick's just a hoe. If he says he's friends with Emiru, but yet he did nothing to protect her. So
yeah,
he's not a very good friend. I called his statements into question. I just think the guy's like a creeper and a weirdo that probably shouldn't be around impressionable children.
And this isn't just because I'm 50 now, but I've always hung out with older people. Excuse me, older people. I've never liked the whole idea of, well, you're in your 20s, so you can only hang out with 20-year-olds. You're in your 30s, you can only hang out with 30-year-olds. It's kind of sad to me that people are like that.
Yeah,
I don't care that Dan Clancy's 60. I'm with you. I care that he just looks creepy.
Yeah, that's the only issue I'm making here. I'm not trying to shame people for hanging out with other age demographics. It's actually probably healthy to have exposure to different generational ideas. But hey, Tom.
But with that, I mean, even the hey fellow kids, you weren't the only one who said it. It came up in chat several times too. Maybe I spend all my time playing video games. Do you think I would get along better with a stuffy dude who works at a bank my same age, or a 20-year-old who plays video games all day?
Probably it's. I mean, probably a 20-year-old, but
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. There's something about this dude that is just screams red flags for me, and everything about his mannerisms, the nonverbal cues, the way he talks, it really strikes me as he is. There's something not right there, and I think he's kind of dumb too. So
he's very dumb, and I do think a lot of his decisions come from still wanting to be one of the cool kids with the cool crowd on Twitch.
Yeah.
I think he tries a little hard to look how cool I am. Bro, just be yourself. They'll like you.
I don't think he's capable of that. Some people have to put a mask up, you know.
True, you're not wrong about that. And I do get the notion that you're talking about, and I think it was Keister who said it too, the hello fellow kids thing.
Yeah. Because I mean, if I was in my 20s still and saw that dude hanging around, I'd be like, that dude's creepy.
I don't know enough about him to know how genuine his interest in this stuff is. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
there's a difference between playing it up so that you can still hang out with the young kids and actually being interested in the same things. It's just a lot of the conversation around it is just annoyed me. I have no problem with he's creepy. Yeah, he is. They're all creeps. They're all fucking creeps.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean,
but when you see a 60-year-old creep hanging out with 20-year-old OnlyFans folks, I'm just like, well, yeah.
Yeah, it's the OnlyFans ones, like I said, I don't really take issue with that. I understand it. But it's not everybody he's kind of around is like that.
Excuse me, sorry. I also would say, oh man, that I don't put a big line between OnlyFans people and e-thoughts.
Yeah, that's fair.
Many of them just eventually make the switch anyway, like Amaranth.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not selling my sexuality. What are you talking about? If you give me even more money, you can see my boobs.
Yeah. $20 a month for my cooter?
It's a lot of them are just as hoary. They have different lines they haven't crossed yet. And I don't think somebody like Emaru, from what I've seen of her, will cross into OnlyFans, but what I have seen of her, I wouldn't be shocked by it either. I'm being honest.
No, she's very attractive. Hey, tall person.
She plays up her sexuality for clicks.
Yeah, and she might as well start everything with ooh woo.
For the record, I have long said women should play up their sexuality. Did you see the archaeologist chick?
I don't think so.
There's this young archaeologist chick.
Oh, yeah, the fat one. Yeah.
She's not fat.
That chick's fat.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is. She's got a beer belly.
This chick, she's an actual PhD either holding or she's going for a PhD. I think she already has it. and she puts out a picture of herself highlighting her ample boobs and suspiciously hard nipples. And people are like, oh my God, she's got a PhD and she still has to sell her sexuality. Well, if you're a woman and you're trying to get attention, it is literally the easiest way. And being like, I am going to hide behind a burqa is only hamstringing yourself. Jack, if I could get views based on how I look, you better believe my fucking picture would be on here.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Like I have that problem that I'm ugly, so it's not going to help my cause. So
I'm attractive, but there are not enough gay men. Women don't watch based on you being attractive. They don't. I know Taylor Lorenz does. We're talking generally. Men are not going to get ahead on YouTube or like, he's so handsome. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Men aren't judged that way. Women are. In that whole PhD thing with the archaeologist, men care way more about her titties than her degree. Women, we don't give a shit about your degrees. Unless we're colleagues, like if I was an archaeologist and I was doing a paper or something and like, hey, I'm looking for somebody to peer review this, I'd care about your degree. If you're on social media trying to get me to care about dinosaurs, put some flashy titties on the screen. I might watch far more than you going, I have a PhD. And you know what? That might be a sad statement on society. It's just human nature.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they haven't put big old titties on the T-Rex yet, just to get people into science.
The titty Rex is a thing, man.
Yeah, it would make Jurassic Park way more popular. Just saying.
How they know dinosaurs ain't have big old titties?
They don't. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
because
you
can't prove it one way or another. Shit, they think they had feathers or some goofy shit. So yeah, why not big old titties?
Yeah, that they would have disintegrated long before the bones ever would. So you'd never know unless there was like an imprint for some reason, like the whole titty sack got caught in amber. That's a lot of amber.
Absolutely.
You know how big John Hammond's cane would have had to been to have dinosaur titties on it?
It'd have been very large. What if they're like cats and have 6 of them?
Right. Just got and big old honking ones too. Not like the dude. Oh my God, I gotta tell you the story. I did once abuse my dog, but not on purpose. So we live in the woods and ticks are an issue up here.
Yeah.
And I found a tick on the dog. So I had to go over him and I was looking for other ticks and I found one. And I'm trying to pull this thing off and it won't come off. And that's when I realized it was his nipple. And the weird thing is the dog wasn't jumping or anything from it. So he might have actually liked it.
No, he was terrified. He's like, he's trying to rip my nipple off.
I felt so horrible. I felt so bad. I still feel bad about that. I feel
so that's why Lady Monkey twists her nipples so hard.
He was such a good dog taking it too. Oh man. Anyway, you should. I do. I feel absolutely horrible, Cougar. I still have the vivid memory of me trying to pull this thing out.
Oh, poor dog.
It's not. Hey, that's what he gets for having tick titties. I didn't know male dogs had titties.
Yeah, they got smaller nipples than the female ones, just like humans.
Yeah, and his coloring, his skin color and everything, same color as a tick. I still feel horrible about that. Anyway.
Clip that. Did you hit it in the face with a shovel afterward?
He was a good dog for taking it. He was a good dog for. He should have bit me, is what he should have done. He should have bit the fuck. My dog came up and tried ripping my nipple off. We'd have words.
Like, ouch, quit it.
Oh my God. Did you see the Tucker Carlson clip going around?
Yeah. I don't know. Tucker's gotten kind of weird lately, so
I mean, this is a turning point thing. We're not going to watch it. I'll just explain it. So this guy is questioning this guy right over here being asked a question. He's questioning Tucker about some of the statements he made about Donald Trump and in the email leaks and stuff that came out. And Tucker's very offended by it. He's so thin-skinned these days. But this guy says, I don't understand. You're worth like $50 million. And Tucker loses his shit. He's like, stop reading what you fucking read on the internet. Dude, you had a $20 million contract with Fox that they had to pay out after you left. 20 a year, Jack.
Yeah, and he was rich before that.
Yeah. The notion that he's not worth at least $50 million is fucking retarded.
Maybe he's insulted because he's worth $100 million.
Yeah, real quick, Pumpkin Trucker, thank you. Big Dinosaur Titties in Amber. Ironically, the name of the dinosaur with the biggest titties. Yes. Yes, it is. It's Latin for small dinosaur.
Stripper.
Yeah.
Small dinosaur and stripper.
Can we stop naming shit in Latin? It's been a dead language for what? Almost 1,000 years?
So?
Let it go.
No.
Yes.
Nope. Nope. It's the Romance language. It's foundational. We have to keep it out of habit.
I feel the same way about anything new that's named after Latin shit as I do about the fact that every county around here is named after some Indian shit people can't even pronounce. Look up Mackinac and see how that bitch is spelled.
I get what you're saying, but I know how it's spelled. I've been there. Yeah, if you're real lucky, you get like Shawnee, but then there's like the Sioux and the Oot, and then
yeah. Stop with that shit. Just that is now that's Steve County from now on.
Just find some local robber baron and name it after them like they used to do with the libraries.
I actually have a friend who has a PhD in Latin. I was like, bro, so you're going to be a Latin teacher? You can't even make good money as a Latin teacher because nobody takes that course unless they're forced to in like Catholic school. Or, it's Catholics have to do Latin, right? Or is it the Jews? I always forget.
Well, I mean, Catholics are Latin. The Jews learn Hebrew and Greek.
Oh, right. Aramaic.
Yeah, but you could read and translate the Necronomicon. So you could the dark ones.
Or it's 2025. I can look up a translation.
You could, but
on
that's
the toilet.
Not fun. Yeah, but you're not gonna get the pronunciation right. Then you end up with some minor demon, and it's not the same. It's hard to do conquest that way. You want the big guy.
Thank you, Michael. Try to pronounce. What does it say? Pend O'Reilly? I don't look, man. That could be in English, and I couldn't pronounce it. I'm just saying it's time to stop with all the dead languages and maybe work with the ones we're using now. So anyway,
I think we should just make everything English and get it over with.
Absolutely. So anyway, this guy asks Tucker about or mentions Tucker's worth, and oh my God, fuck, oh my God, I can't. What? Oh, he doesn't actually say, oh my God, and that is important. Because right after that, this guy says, Jesus Christ. And Tucker's like, no, we can't talk anymore. You said those words. Apparently, he really hates Jesus Christ. I don't know why Tucker hates, his Lord and Savior so much.
I don't know. Maybe he's a Satanist now.
You guys do realize thou shalt not take thy Lord thy God's name in vain. Jesus wasn't born yet, right? That's like 5,000 years before Jesus is born. It wasn't talking about Jesus. Michael, thank you. It's pronounced Pond Array. I believe you, but that's because we don't name shit the way we should.
Pond Array sounds like a restaurant where I'd get like a cheap steak, like Ponderosa.
Look, I get the Christians and how they feel about things like Jesus Christ. And okay, people use language that you don't like. Moments before that, you yelled into the microphone, fucking. And you're gonna be like, no, we can't talk because you said Jesus Christ. Bruh. Really?
Again, maybe saying the Lord's name rebukes him, so he would be forced to flee if he heard it too many times, like a vampire.
Maybe.
You know, I don't know what Tucker does in his free time. Maybe he's a werewolf.
I just find it hypocritical when look, I don't think he gave a fuck about this guy saying Jesus Christ. He was in an uncomfortable situation where he was clearly having trouble dealing with the question that was asked. And instead of dealing with that, he clutched his pearls. Like, I can't believe you'd say a word like that. Oh. Thank you, Pumpkin Trucker. Weird place names. My guy, I'm near the town named Bumpus. Don't get us started. I actually know where Bumpus is. That's in Virginia. And I know how to say it. But yeah, it is Bumpass.
Do they have the hounds there?
Not I've been to Bumpus and I don't remember ever seeing dogs, so no.
No, the Bumpus hounds from A Christmas Story that came in and stole the turkey.
Oh, you remember that way more than I do.
I don't seen really, the movie a lot. Okay.
So have I, but I don't really like it. And I know that's going to make some people upset.
Sad.
No, it's one of those movies that if it's on, I'll sit down and watch it with people. And I enjoy it enough, but it's not something I would ever seek out. Because it's a cute little story.
Oh, like Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah. Yes, Shawshank is another one I've only once put on intentionally. Yep. And that's when it first came out on video.
You watched it by yourself. Yep.
We picked up our lag. Sorry, guys. But yeah, Shawshank. There's a couple more of them like that where I've never watched. Like with A Christmas Story, I intentionally watched it when it first came on video, not on DVD or streaming, way back in the day. And since then, I don't think I've ever seen the start of the movie. I can't remember a time that I've sat down and watched the entire thing. I don't hate it, but it's one of those where it's like, I don't want to watch that right now. But if it's on, I'll sit and watch it. Anyway, my dad loved that movie. It's weird. It's a cute little movie. But yeah, I don't understand the people who are obsessed with it. Like the ones who have to watch it.
About Shawshank.
Either way. I don't understand the people who have to watch it every year. Like I watch Scrooged every year because I think it's hilarious. It's a really good retelling of the Christmas Carol. But A Christmas Story is just one of those. It's like, I don't. Like I said, hey, let's watch a Christmas movie. How about A Christmas Carol? I'd be like, how about A Christmas Story? I'd be like, how about Christmas Vacation instead? That's more fun. It's a Wonderful Life is the better Christmas film anyway. Okay, this is gonna upset some people.
Black and white. You guys know the rules.
It's not even that. It's that I get what it's about, what It's a Wonderful Life is about, and the message behind it and everything. But it's kind of corny. It's a little corny.
I would argue it's a little dated because that style of movie isn't popular anymore. Like you're saying it's corny, but that was the style of the time. A lot of movies were very saccharine like that. They were safe.
It's corny.
Yeah, well, we call it corny now, but it was just safe family content. Miracle on 34th Street's the same way. And the one with that annoying little kid with the red hair, can't think of her name right now.
Shit, I would have been able to say it if you hadn't said that.
Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple, yes.
Yeah. Anything with her, although those are like some weird pedo bait. I don't know.
They really are.
It's super creepy. and they're all stupid movies. But a lot of that stuff was supposed to be like safe content, so you could take the family to it.
It's a Wonderful Life is like skipping to the end of A Christmas Carol. You're skipping to the ghost of future Christmas, and they should have let him jump. I'm just going to be honest.
Clarence just shoved him.
Because it's hey, this is what life would have been like if you hadn't existed.
Yeah.
And I get that, but he's still at that point in his life where he's like, my life sucks. Yeah, everybody else's life would have sucked worse if he wasn't around, but that doesn't make his life any better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's supposed to be, look, you should be happy with your impact on other people and not on the material. That sort of thing. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I like the movie. It's just not one I typically would seek out. If you want a good Christmas movie, you watch Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
His whole life is falling apart, and yeah, the town comes together to save him at the end, but he didn't know that was going to happen. At that point, he's going back to his life of well, I guess I'm gonna go live on the street. Should have let him jump. That's all I'm saying. It should be like when Married with Children did the parody of it, and at the end the angel has to apologize and be like, yeah, you're right. Your life sucks. Which is what makes Al want to live, because he didn't want everybody else to have a great life without him. And I understand that sentiment way more. Angel should have let him jump. Anyhow, we probably should talk about something real. Do you have anything real to talk about, Jack? Because otherwise I'm going to start talking about Christmas stories.
We're pretty awesome. Like, share, and subscribe. There was something I was going to mention. Hold on, let me switch tabs here.
Sure. Take your time, man.
The hot chick on my screen.
I've learned from Hassan, if we wanted to, we could just stop talking for a while.
Yeah, I mean, let our chair do the talking.
Yeah.
That sort of
No,
thing.
you know what? Not even then. Even when he's sitting there, he's in the fucking chair and he's just quiet. Oh, the DoorDash bimbo. Okay, yeah. Let's talk about her. Did you see this story, Jack?
I don't know.
Okay, I got to go through my messages because I don't remember who I was having this conversation with. Is this the full video? Yes. Okay. Sorry, weird swallow. That's what she said. Anyway, so this DoorDash driver, I want to skip ahead. We're going to start here. Okay. I had to do it off screen so you guys, for those who haven't seen this, I'm not ruining it.
Hey guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault.
Okay. She was Emma Rude, and DoorDash fires her. Don't take her side yet, guys. And she makes several videos about this. DoorDash fired me because I was sexually assaulted. Have you seen this story, Jack?
No.
Okay, guess what the sexual assault was?
Well, she's smiling, so I'm guessing some guy talked to her.
No. It is even dumber than that.
Oh.
So let's back this up to here's the video that she posted online that got her fired. Now, I'll try my best to read this. A man named, I'm not saying his name, orders DoorDash, selects the option to have the order left at the door, sees his DoorDasher me has a female name, don't want to read her name, falls asleep on the couch with his pants and underwear at his ankles and his front door wide open in 59 degrees. So this is what I see when I have to leave the order.
That's fucked up.
That's the sexual assault right there.
That's not a sexual. That's not what those words mean.
Yep.
That's basically a flasher or
The door wasn't wide open. She opened it. From what I hear, that's true, but I haven't seen video that backs that part of it up.
It was probably slightly ajar, and she knocked on it hard enough or pushed it, and
Yeah,
was like, "Hi, I got your DoorDash." Dur, dur, dur.
and all she had to do was set it down and leave.
Yeah,
She's the one who recorded this man and then put it on the internet.
yeah. It seems like she's the one committing a sex crime here.
Uh-huh.
Because I mean, he was in his own house. You could do all kinds of creepy, gross shit in your own home. That doesn't necessarily make him a weirdo. He probably been a little drinky,
Yeah.
and got a little sleepy, and passed out. And she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna push your door open." Oh my god, I'm so offended. I'm gonna take a video.
It's actually legal to be completely naked in your own home. There are some rules about it depending on where you live. Like you can be completely naked in your own home, but if you're walking around in front of open windows, you can get in trouble for that in some places.
Yeah, there are. I think it's the district Maryland's in, whatever court district that is.
Yeah.
I think that's the one that ruled that it's perfectly legal to walk around buck ass naked. Because somebody
Yeah.
tried to sue because it was near a bus stop. And some guy was doing that, and the cops were like, "We can't do anything about it. It's perfectly within his rights."
My rule is if you don't want to see what I'm doing in my house, don't look in my fucking window.
Yeah, and even if unless you're a hot Asian and you want to come in.
This is a true story. When we lived in naval housing in Virginia Beach, there was a couple kicked out because the woman was giving blowjobs for 50 cents. I'm not making this part up. But she had a rule that in order to do it, you had to do it standing in the window with her. And eventually a mom saw, because it was not sailors who were paying this 50 cents. It was underage boys.
That's
Yeah.
some sick fetish shit there, yeah.
Yep. Can you imagine finding out not only that your wife was cheating on you, but she was doing it with underage people for 50 cents standing in a window?
That would fuck you up for life.
Yeah. That was a big scandal when that one. It's amazing what happens in naval housing.
People are just a bunch of sick degenerates, man.
It was amazing how one of our neighbors, anytime her husband was out to sea, suddenly there was a whole gaggle of new cars at her house.
Jeez.
Literally the day her husband would go out, that night there would be 2 or 3 new cars, weirdly only driven by men.
Well, look, I know the military doesn't pay a lot. So what's this weird thing with like all these hoary chicks hooking up with military guys?
I think, in all honesty, I think that they don't understand how lonely that 6 months is going to be. How lonely that month is going to, because when you talk about especially sailors, it's like, oh, there's 6-month cruises. They have a lot of cruises. My dad was home maybe 2 months out of the year because they'd go out for a quick 2-weeker or go out for a month. They were constantly gone. And that's a lonely life, man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And if you're in naval housing, where we lived, these are 3 to 4 bedroom condominiums, basically. So you're a young wife with kids and your man is off. He's gone. He ain't going to be back for a while. I think they just get really lonely, man.
Yeah, but like I was watching Adonis's stream on Latiti, and she was trying to pin her pregnancy on some military dude that clearly wasn't the father. And I was like, why? He doesn't have any money. He's in the military, but do they have like really good benefits or something?
Good benefits, especially health benefits, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's still what the kind of medical quality you're going to get in the military. So,
Uh,
but you're not going to have to pay for it.
Yeah, I've heard horror stories about a lot of the military stuff, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't get the attraction there.
Women do like the uniform thing too, and I don't know. Sailors will bang anything that holds still long enough.
Uh, yeah, it just seems
And
like the lifestyle just isn't a good trade off.
Dad maybe in the hospital for another week. His body is doing weird things while adjusting to the dialysis, but doing relatively well. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Dangerous. Very glad to
Yeah,
hear that.
absolutely. Well, it takes a little adjustment. That's going to be a transition, but we're hoping for the best.
Hey guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault. Hey guys, I just lost my job.
Maybe you shouldn't be uploading videos of naked guys laying in his couch.
Yeah, I mean you're close to what do they call that? Like peeping Tom status
Mhm.
there. You know,
Here's
a little voyeurism.
some shit that you guys should know if you're going to work in any part of the service industry. If you go out there and embarrass the customers of your company, they're going to fire you.
Yeah. Never humiliate your clients or customers. It
No.
won't end well.
It would be a completely different story if he came to the door yelling, "Bitch, where you been with my food?" You know, if like he was a bad customer. But even then, if you're uploading that to the internet, there's a good chance they're going to be like, "Yeah, you can't do that either, because you're embarrassing our customers." No, we'll take him out, but no, that's not your job. Your job is not to be what's the word I'm looking for here? Embarrassing our customers in front of other people. And I know, there's times when it is 100% justified.
Oh, absolutely.
But if you think of most of the times we've seen videos of customers being horrible, it's not the person behind the counter who's filming it. It's somebody else.
Yeah.
If the person is being shitty and you immediately whip out your phone, chances are you're going to get fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they won't tell me why. They're supposed to send an email immediately after deactivation providing you the reason why and a link to appeal. And they didn't. So I contacted support and they made me sit on the phone with them for 50 minutes just to tell me that they can't tell me the reason why and I have to just go ahead and appeal without knowing why.
Oddly enough,
why. Oh, sorry.
Oddly enough, at the beginning of this, you put together your sexual assault and your firing. You couldn't put together, "Hey, I posted this video of this guy I say is naked, and then they fired me. I wonder why they did it. Was I too
It's a
slow on one
mystery,
of my
Mikey.
orders?"
Just too busy filming people in their no-no areas.
Look, I basically work for YouTube, so I understand getting punished without any reasoning being given. Trust me, I do. When I got taken down when we were doing the CNN debate years and years and years ago on Lords of the Night, by all YouTube guidelines, at the very least, I should have got a warning. Hey, you can't be streaming this right now. And they didn't do it. And so I talked for a long time to somebody on YouTube, like, "These are your guidelines." And like, "Well, they're just guidelines."
They're not rules, they're guidelines.
So I get it. But how many times, Jack, I'm like, "Oh, that one's going to get us in trouble." You know what you did, bitch. You know what you did. But she's trying to play the victim here because I got sexually assaulted. You know, just from her calling that sexual assault, that this is the everything happens to me, I'm never responsible for anything kind of chick.
Yeah, absolutely. her locus of control is external.
Yeah.
Everything happens to her. None of it is her fault.
Yeah. This has 2 videos of her. I kind of want to jump ahead to the next one because this is mostly just her saying, I don't know why it happened. Oh, look at that face. Ah.
They
Yeah,
just fired me,
Crazy.
and the
eyes.
police are doing nothing.
Because nothing happened. Maybe you should be prosecuted.
You better hope he doesn't decide to press charges, lady.
Oh shit.
Yeah, the police are doing nothing because there was no crime, sweetie. How dare you call that sexual assault?
Yeah, that is a hell of a way to insult people of actual sexual violence. You're disgusting, and your crazy eyes are really scaring me. I feel like I need a restraining order against this woman.
I lost my job, and that was my only way to make money to pay my bills.
I can think of a way.
I can't because imagine that answering you.
And I'm sure that's a fetish for some lunatic.
Okay, Jarbo. There should be other ways for you to make money.
It's Jarbroni. Thank you.
This is the only thing I do to make money. I can think of a ton of fast food places, box stores that you don't need any qualifications to go get your job. You probably won't get one now because you're the chick who, put up a video of a man sleeping and claimed it was sexual assault. But it's my only way of making money. Get a job, bitch.
Yeah, it's not the only job you can get. I'm sure there's something else. Have you considered learning to code?
All right, I'm going to read this and then we'll listen to her. It says that means regarding, sweetie. You should really tell us what happened to me while I was doing my job door dashing. I'm being punished as a victim by all sectors involved right now. The police, DoorDash, the TikTok are all punishing me a victim.
You're not a victim.
Yeah, TikTok apparently has a rule against putting up videos of people that you claim are naked. I didn't see any naked in there, and I'm not going to scroll in enough to tell if I can see a wiener or not.
Yeah.
But TikTok was like, nah, bitch, and they took down her video. So she put it up again, and they took it down again and gave her a warning. You do it again, and we're going to just cancel your account. And she's like, they're punishing me. Well, yeah.
2 days ago, October 12th, 2025, I was a victim of SA by a door.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't. Ah. Why? Okay, I guess I get it a little bit, but why are some women, hashtag not all, so desperate to be seen as sexual assault victims?
Clout. Victimization is clout now.
It really is. That's why I say I guess I do see it, but I can't process it because it doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense in general, but that's how people determine status now, is how much of a victim you are. So they have to go through this routine of who could be the biggest victim. It's a really messed up, borderline psychotic way of achieving a level of status in the world. But the more things that have happened to you or that are wrong with you, like mental illnesses, that sort of thing, and sexual assault is one of the big ones. It's sort of like a black person getting called an N-word while being the victim of a hate crime. It's a major achievement. You're raised to a new plateau in their weird commie world.
I mean, we literally saw somebody during the Me Too shit who said, I wish I had one of those stories.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I can't comprehend the idea. I wish I'd been raped.
I can't either. But they clearly do not understand the actual impact of it. They've probably never met somebody who is a victim of it, because it is one of the most horrific, traumatizing things, and it will fuck you up for life. But they make it into almost a joke.
Yeah,
Same
absolutely.
way they do with like mental illness. Look at all of them that claim they have BPD or multiple personalities or a dozen other mental illnesses, schizophrenia,
You know,
any horrific
Yeah.
thing that you can think of, they will claim, and they clearly have no idea what they're talking about.
now that you say that, you're right. Because I see this with the disabled community that half of the people who tell me you're not allowed to say retard have disabled in their bio. And if you look into it, it's I'm neurodivergent.
Yeah,
And
there's
neurodivergent just means they wear black a lot. Neurodivergent is the new goth.
oh yeah, it's all for show. It's a game to them, and it's really, really disgusting.
But it's
I actually worked with people with severe mental illness, and it is not something that they enjoyed having. They weren't doing it for clout, and a lot of them were ashamed of it because they know they're different, and they have to learn to live with this crippling difference that just can destroy their lives. Makes them an outsider, and I find it very offensive because I have seen way too much of that. And I see these fucking kids on TikTok or Tumblr or whatever, and they're all like, "Oh yeah, I have all these mental illnesses." No, you have attention-seeking disorder, and you're an asshole. So stop trying to get attention. You're a little piece of shit. Go fuck yourself.
as a disabled person, I don't want people to know me for my disability. Sorry, I'm a little bit away from my mic because I'm refilling my drink.
That's
Uh,
all right.
but-
We can hear you fine.
I don't want to be seen or known for my disability. It sucks that there's stuff I can't do because of this. And I don't want your pity for it. If I can't do it and I ask for your help and you're willing to, I'm happy to have your help. But otherwise, let's just ignore it like you do how handsome I am.
Yeah, which is a disability in its own right, because
It really
you
is.
can't
It
go out
really
in
is.
public without people throwing themselves at you.
Okay, true story time. We were down at my daughter's house and we ended up going to several different stores while we were down there. And there was some cute young thing following me around to the point even my wife noticed it.
Nice.
Followed to a separate store.
A little stalkerish, but
A little
maybe
stalkerish.
maybe she's up
And
for
I
a
did-
three-way. You never know.
I did wonder if they were maybe a viewer of the show and they heard my voice and were like, I wonder if that's him, but too nervous to come say hi. Because if I'm in a store, I'm very loud in a store because I like to make my wife laugh. And it's always more fun when other people are laughing along with us around the store.
Yeah, of course.
So I would not be shocked if I ever ran into somebody who was like, wait, that sounds a lot like Monkey. However, I am too conceited not to think that, nah, she just thought I was hot.
You
Anyway.
weren't thinking like, oh, I'm about to get robbed by this woman. No, I'm so sexy.
Mhm. And that's how you should be as a man. Anyway,
My first thoughts usually like, feds are onto me.
right?
They're after my love den.
Okay, let me grab this donation and then we'll get back to the crazy chick on our screen. Excuse me. I'm so sorry, guys. DoorDash reality check. Thank you so much. For starters, if there was a crime, it's you voyeuristic thunder cunt. You do an absolute disservice to those who know what a cock tasted like before they knew what it was for. Wow. Wow.
How do you really feel? Don't hold back.
Yeah, you're a little shy with your opinion there, man.
Yeah, these euphemisms and analogies, we just can't seem to penetrate what you're saying there.
Yeah. All right. Weird fantasy there.
DoorDash customer while I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver. Excuse me if you've already seen this. This is my
Wait, I'm sorry. Your job as a DoorDash driver is to record the customer passed out on his couch. That is a very specific job requirement.
That's a little bit of a rapey job requirement.
I was just doing my job. No, if you had just done your job, you'd still have it.
Yeah.
I was just doing my job.
third time posting this because TikTok keeps silencing me and taking my videos down and giving me strikes. So if I get one more strike.
Don't worry, sweetie. It's all over. All of them are saved all over the internet.
Yeah. Dumbass.
Because from the jump, nobody believed you. So I first saw this
because
go ahead.
No, it's because her entire story is nonsense. I'd believe Jesse Smollett before I believe this bitch.
I first saw this because Sarah Rose had posted about it, and somebody reached out and asked me about her and my opinion on her. Not the chick on the screen, but Sarah Rose on Twitter.
Yeah. And
Sarah Rose on Twitter has a very bad habit of jumping the gun on stories and spreading, what, for lack of a better word, misinformation. That doesn't mean she always gets stuff wrong. And so immediately I started looking into this, and yeah, it's exactly what it looks like. This woman is a fucking horrible person. But by that time, it had already blown up enough that even everybody on Twitter was reposting the videos. Sweetie, you don't have to worry about it being taken off of TikTok. It's everywhere. We've all seen what a crazy bitch you are.
Yeah. Can you imagine being like her ex-boyfriend? Like,
oh God.
You know, he's sitting there like, man, it took me 4 restraining orders to get rid of this woman.
No, she's got a big face, a big head. I mean, it kind of looks like
crazy eyes.
It looks like somebody grabbed the sides of her head and just kept pulling. And
like, you guys, I'm just letting you know right now, my account is going to be banned. So I'm going to try to word this as
it should have been banned as soon as you did it. Honestly, you're lucky that the Jews are so nice about this stuff. I hear the Jews own TikTok now.
I believe my parents cared for me before this bitch.
Right?
Wow. Yeah. Well, look, she does not seem like an entirely stable individual. I think she believes what she's saying, but that's because she probably has some narcissistic tendencies.
I think she believes what she's saying because this is what there was a post on Twitter from Brittany. What's her full name? I forget. But she highlighted this poll of men and women asking about whether or not it's okay for partners to cheat. And what the stats on it are disturbing. Hang on, let me pull that up real fast because I don't want to get the stats wrong on this, Jack. You know how much I care about being correct.
Yeah, you care too much about being factually correct.
Percentage who believe it's always morally wrong when a married man or married woman has an affair. And it turns out that when it comes to a married woman having an affair, 53% of men say it's always morally wrong. 53% of the time, always morally wrong. But if a married man cheats, 61% think it's always morally wrong. These are men being asked this at this point. Now, with the women, 56% say that a married woman having an affair is always wrong. 70% say it's always wrong if a man does it.
Of course they do. Accountability is for men, not for women.
Yeah. We push this notion in society that women are constantly victims. So of course she wants to be the victim. She wants to be one of the girls.
Yeah, she wants to be one of the popular girls.
We excuse women for all kinds of shit, like, being a creepy pedophile or the teachers, not this. I put that right back on the screen as I said that. I'm not saying she's a pedophile. I was talking about teachers.
Yeah.
Or in this case, being a peeping Tom. If this had been a man who posted this and there's a chick passed out, they'd be like, how come you're spreading revenge porn?
Oh, that dude would have been arrested.
Absolutely. And rightfully so.
Yeah.
But we've done this weird thing in society where it's like women they're just as good as men, but hey, they have no agency for what they do.
No. Responsibility and accountability are strictly male.
Yeah, in that thing, I mean, just look at how abuse is treated. If a man beats a woman, they're like, oh my God, how could he do that? If a woman beats a man, almost universally, the first question is, what'd he do?
Yeah.
Nobody asked that about her. She got a black eye. They're not like, did she burn the spaghetti again? They're like, I can't believe anybody. Violence is never the answer. That same woman could beat his ass. He could have been punching her back, and that's how she got the black eye. And they'd be like, well, what'd he do to make her hit him? We got to stop doing that. We do need to treat people equally, and that includes bad behavior. Hold them responsible. If you think it's always morally wrong for a man to have to cheat on his wife, then you should think it's always wrong for her to cheat on him. But what we have is people, oh, he probably didn't love her enough. I'm going to go on a rant that I have done many times. The Bridges of Madison County is one of the worst fucking books to ever be written, and it sends a horrible fucking message. Because at the end of it, she doesn't get out of the car, and it broke everybody's heart. For those of you who don't know, married woman, photographer comes to town to take pictures of all the bridges in this county, and she shows him around to him, and they fall in love. The problem is she's married. Her husband isn't mean to her. He goes to work every day. He's put a roof over her head. She's a home wife, but they fell in love. She's a whore.
Yeah.
That's not a romantic story. She's a whore.
Yeah, she's a cheating whore. She's a homewrecker. I had the same problem with Devil Wears Prada.
Never watched because Prada.
It's fucking awful. But Anne Hathaway's character works for this tyrant lady, and she has this boyfriend who like loves her, and it seems to be a relatively decent person. She ends up cheating on him with this asshole that she doesn't seem to have any real interest in. And I'm like, what? That just makes her a cheating whore. And she's all proud of it. It's like empowering to her by the end of the movie.
Thank you, Alan, for becoming a member for month number 23. Thank you, sir. That is wonderful. It says, morning, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Cougar says, Rose from Titanic cheats on her husband with a homeless guy on a boat. They weren't married yet. They were gonna get married. They were engaged at that point.
That's still pretty gross.
Don't get me started on Rose. She killed Jack.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Maybe if her fat ass had done some sit-ups, there would have been a room on the boat.
No. Before you ever get to that bitch was in a lifeboat. She stays on the lifeboat. Jack never has to be saved by her later. And that plank of wood she was laying on, he could have crawled up on by himself.
Yeah. I mean, maybe she shouldn't have been showing him her boobies too. And,
that stupid whore jumped out of a lifeboat. Fuck her.
Yeah, the only good part of that movie was Billy Zane, because that man is amazing actor.
The only good part of that movie is the Titanic actually sinking and the beautiful reimagining of the Titanic. That was actually really well done.
Oh yeah, it was, but they spent a shit ton of money on it.
Oh yeah. Titanic is much better if you just skip the parts with the people.
Yeah, like Godzilla.
Yes. Yeah, the Titanic was just a kaiju. We didn't know it all along.
Yeah. Boy, that movie would have been better with Godzilla in it. That's no iceberg, it's Godzilla.
I sometimes forget my wife isn't as knowledgeable about some nerd culture as I am. And we were in the store the other day and she saw a display of Superman toys. Excuse me. And she goes, "Oh, there's a whole display of Spider-Man toys. Is there a new movie out?" And I'm like, "Wait, Spider-Man?" And I go to look and it's Superman. I'm like, "Oh, God damn it."
That you're an American. You shouldn't make that mistake. Come on.
But then I see one of the toys that they're selling is the kaiju from the new movie.
Oh yeah.
And I say that. I say, "Oh, yeah, that's from the new Superman movie. That's a kaiju." And she thought that was the monster's name, a kaiju.
Oh, that's adorable.
It was so cute. She's so cute.
I was looking at that because I saw that exact same. I know exactly what toy set you're looking at. It has a container of slime, so that stomach opens up and it can spray slime on Superman.
Oh, nice.
I was like, first of all, my parents would never let me do that with my toys because it'd get all sticky, and it would piss them off because one of the cats would have it stuck to them. So that wouldn't have happened, but it looked really neat.
Being that Hassan claims to be an anime fan, I need people to make kaiju a thing in his chat.
Kaiju. And it's a giant dog with a yarmulke.
No, not for Kaya, but Kai is when anime fans turn trans, Kai is one of their favorite things, especially if it's girl to boy.
Oh, okay.
I'm Kai now. Oh, fuck off. You're Steve. You were Steve before, you're still Steve. Stop it.
Pick a normal name, okay? It's less abrasive to people.
Yeah. But no, I need kaiju to become a thing in Hassan's chats. And yes, that's because of those of you in chat who are spelling it that way. Anyway.
Chill as possible to avoid getting this video striked. So on October 12th, 2025, the DoorDash customer...
Not
to be
strike, to be struck. The video would be struck. The video striked. Fuck off. Jesus.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, you have to own it.
Yeah.
I do it all the time when I mispronounce words. Like, fuck it, that's how we say it now.
Yeah, I know. You've worn me down on that one. Just
it's not worth it to fight me on stuff like that. It's really not.
Nope, it's not.
See, that's what a good person I am. I will just tell you it's not worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I've learned that over the years. There's some battles just not worth fighting because you're gonna win.
Requested that there.
And you know why I'm going to win? It's not even that I'm right. It's that I care more about winning than I care about being right in those instances.
Yeah, you're stubborn
yes.
And you like winning, so it's a hell of a combination.
I'm
lazy and indifferent, so.
All right, where are we?
Order be left at their front door. When I arrived at their front door was wide open. Their lights were on. And they were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door with their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles, and they were indecently exposed to me.
So I took a picture.
At least that's the closest she's come to describing it properly.
Yeah. Real quick. Thank you, DoorDash Reality Check. Says, this walking blue waffle cum slut, I'd probably amazed to see a penis that did start oozing green pus by being in mere proximity of her diseased ham wallet. I mean, yeah, look, some chicks just have that aura like, oh, I'm going to get a drip out of that. So I get it. And that is very vivid. Thank you.
I got this on video, and I'm not even going to be posting the video clip anymore because I'm pretty sure that's what's getting me the strikes.
Posting what you yourself claims is a naked guy is getting you strikes. Weird.
Yeah, it's almost like there's some kind of connection there.
But yeah, I reported it to DoorDash, and DoorDash did ban the customer. And then 2 days later, DoorDash banned me, which doesn't seem unrelated.
Hey, look, she put it together, Jack.
Yeah, it's like 1 + 1 might equal 2 or something.
appealed, and they were supposed to respond to my appeal within 7 to 10 business days. They didn't even provide me a reason for my deactivation. They're supposed to send an email. They didn't. So I contacted support, and they told me to continue with my appeal without knowing a reason why. There's an option to select, don't know why I was deactivated, and then you still have to explain yourself. So I did. And within 12 hours afterward, they had already denied my appeal. So I'm really never getting my DoorDash account back. DoorDash deactivated me. DoorDash punished me for exposing my assaulter, and TikTok is currently punishing me for exposing my story time. And this is the only justice I'm getting, because I also reported this to the police, and the police are doing nothing.
Again, because there's nothing for the police to do. He didn't run to the door and flash his willy at you.
Yeah.
Jack, I've been flashed before. By a woman. There was a chick who we called her China Doll. She used to come into Walmart all the time. And it was funny because she was a Chinese immigrant, and when she was in the store by herself, she was such a whore. But she came in one time with her husband, and she did the demure wife walking behind him 3-step stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't say a word, didn't look anywhere but straight ahead. But no, I've seen her cooter because she leaned over in front of me and wasn't wearing panties and a skirt that didn't cover her ass to begin with. And she did it on purpose. I was not the only guy who'd ever. She'd been kicked out of our store for doing it. You know, because there's a toy department there.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Her having to explain that to her husband why he can't go into Walmart with her.
Yeah.
But you know what I did? I smiled and went back to what I was doing, and it's an amusing story to tell from time to time. I didn't break out a phone and take a picture of it and put it on the internet and go, "Oh my God, I was raped." Cougar Knife, thank you. They both should be banned, but she committed crime. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I have no problem with him being banned for that, even if he did actually pass out and stuff. And even if the door was only open a crack, if you can be seen that way, I don't think anybody should have to deal with that shit.
Yeah, the company was totally within their rights to do that. So,
Yep.
yeah, no issue with that.
What he did isn't a crime, and worst case scenario, he passed out drunk, beaten off. It happens. Not to me because I don't drink that much, but he wasn't trying to get this woman to. He saw that his driver was going to be female. How do you know? You don't know that he even looked at the fucking phone at that point.
Yeah.
So, hey guys, it's been a minute. A whole 24 hours, I know. But I have an update as of October 16th, 20.
This is my favorite of the 3 videos. She finally finds out what she did.
25. But first and foremost, I just want to thank everybody for the overwhelming support. And
stop lying. You are the laughing stock of the internet right now. I want to thank you all for the overwhelming support. Both of you have been so kind.
And allyship that you've shown me. It's really making me feel so.
I don't know what allyship is. I can only imagine it has something to do with being a stray cat.
I think it's like being a good ally. Like where tomcats hang out, the allyship.
She said alley. Allyship.
Yeah, allyship. Yeah, it's where cats hang out. The alley.
All right.
So validated and seen and heard, and that's really helping me through this tough time. So I just want to let you guys know I really appreciate the outpouring of support.
Do your parents know that you're breaking into homes to film TikTok videos?
So the update is, last night I was made aware, a bunch of people started commenting on my pages that DoorDash made a public statement about me on their TikTok story and on their most recent Instagram post in the comment section. And I'm not going to speak too much further on details, but what I am going to say is I and the entire rest of the world found out why I lost my job at the exact same time.
Because you're an independent contractor and they have no obligation to you. And so it's a right to work issue.
I'm going to say most of the internet figured it out long before DoorDash made a comment. Jack, I showed you that first little video where she filmed the guy. Did you have any question at that moment why she was fired?
No, not at all. I'd have fired her too. You can't go around filming customers like that. That's aside from being incredibly rude and intrusive, she probably did commit a crime here.
Danger says this bitch. Danger says this bitch be crazy. We fired her ass. That's what they should have said.
Right? Blue Eyed made a good point too. At least the dude didn't do the helicopter at her.
Right?
Like, woo!
The guy passed out drunk. He passed out drunk. Let's be honest.
That's my theory.
And by the way, I will tell you, as somebody who I don't drink a lot, Jack, but there have been a few times I have drank a lot.
What?
Because she's like 59 degrees. You'd be amazed what I've done drunk in the snow. I'm going to leave it at that and let your imagination go.
I don't think I would be amazed by that.
Yeah.
A little disappointed, maybe. But, like, geez, monkey.
Little ashamed to know me. I understand.
Oh, no, never that. Because trust me, I have most of my friends have done some super embarrassing shit. You just be ranking in the top 3. That's all.
Yeah. What happens sometimes when you drink a lot is you get very hot. Alcohol warms that blood. That's why, your homeless people drink all the time.
Yeah, it keeps them warm at night.
That and they're alcoholics. Snubber, thank you. Also, isn't what she did technically revenge porn? Depends on the state and the way that the statute is written.
Yeah, it would probably not be because they had no previous relationship.
Yep.
It would just be voyeurism. Because she filmed it with a phone, but you might get into some more of the weird, obscure electronic laws, because there's a lot of stuff like that, especially because she posted it. That makes it interstate. That could make it a federal crime. So there's a lot of weird laws around that stuff that I'm not super familiar with, and I don't know what state she's in. But the federal stuff, she could get in trouble for like. There's a wire term for that, like not wire fraud, but for telecommunications abuse using pornography or voyeurism. I don't remember the name of it, but I know there's one out there.
It's something like, depending on the crime, facilitated through wire.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it wouldn't be the wire fraud, but I'm with you. I don't remember the name.
Yeah, it's some kind of terminology that would equate to voyeurism and then posting it, like unauthorized pornography, basically, because she didn't have his consent. So, that you run into some real sketchy areas that you have to be real careful when you're filming porn. That you don't post it online, you just keep it for your personal enjoyment. That if you're gonna make porn, have them sign a consent form. She did not do that, and if she's in a 2-party state, they could get her for wiretapping too.
I didn't find out before you guys. I'm just letting you know this right now. The people
you knew, okay. You knew. We all knew. We all knew. She's like, they didn't send me a direct message.
People that saw their public statements and made me aware that they made those public statements knew why I lost my job before I did. Because I went and I checked my email once I was made aware that they made those public statements, and they sent me the deactivation email around the same time they released the public statements, like literally within the same hour. So
okay.
It's really bothering me that she doesn't know how to pull the sweatshirt up on her shoulder. That is really getting to me.
No, that's a look, man.
It's a stupid look. She looks like she's retarded.
She's trying to look hot, like, when women have it hanging, they need to have the bare shoulder, but it's cold, so.
They sent me my deactivation email explaining my reason for being deactivated a whole 24 hours after they deactivated me, and a whole 24 hours after I already submitted my appeal. And
after she'd already made 2 videos being like, I don't know why they did this. Anyway, that's enough of that crazy bitch. But yeah, that is the DoorDash thing going on. You got a crazy whore recording a dude who's passed out on his couch and being like, "I got raped."
I can't believe she equated that to sexual assault. That is so insulting.
I can, because it is what it is, man. We live in the time where being raped is just another identity group.
Yeah, claiming victim card privilege for that though is really disgusting.
And look, guys, I know we're on YouTube, so we're supposed to say S-aid, but no, she's claiming she got assaulted, she got raped. Get fucked. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Satsu had sent me a note tonight, saying, "Hey, going live soon. Hit me up when you wake up." And I woke up right at the end of his show. Yeah, so I went over and said hi to him right at the end. And he told us we should watch the Michael Knowles debate. Warren Smith covers it. And that's actually the one that Satsu responded to in his video tonight. You should check it out, guys. Warren Smith boils down a 50-minute debate. I'm saying debate, but it's not really. It should have been. But Michael Knowles, I don't even know the guy he's arguing with, but he ends up arguing with the moderator almost as much. It's like a Trump debate.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but the audience turns on the moderator, and yeah, they shout him down, and he eventually gets mad and starts like swearing at the audience. It's kind of funny.
Wow.
But like Michael Knowles is arguing with the guy, and the guy's like, in this case, the person he's supposed to be arguing with, we'll call him Baldy because he was bald. He's arguing with Baldy, and Baldy's like, "Trump said there were very fine people on both sides." And Michael goes, "Actually, he said that Nazis and racists aren't okay." And like, "But he didn't say it at the beginning." It's the same old tired shit.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll go over it. I'll watch the whole debate and see if it's worth it. I like Warren Smith, so I recommend his video on it, or go watch Natsu's take on it. But it is amazing. I mean, we were just talking about this the other day, how that is still a lie that is being told on a regular basis. And Bill Maher, like, them taking only half of my quote is the most blatant example I've ever seen. And there we go again with very fine people on both sides.
They cannot let that go. What was that, like 7 or 8 years ago at this point?
2017, yeah.
Oh, fuck's sake, man.
It was early 2017. But well, I mean, for their side, it's what they want. They needed Trump to be racist. It doesn't matter if he actually is. It doesn't matter if he's got pictures with Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and every black person that's famous in New York. No. He clearly hates the Negroes. Meanwhile, their guy who's got the Nazi tattoo, I mean, he didn't really know. I fucking hate the left. I really do.
I agree.
Democrats are just bad people, man. They're liars, and if you show them the real evidence, they don't stay Democrats if they have a brain.
Yeah, but they're going to disregard it because your source is right-wing propaganda or fascist news.
It is amazing how many people who have left the left, walk away movement stuff, how many of them start out with a story about, well, I finally looked into this.
Yeah.
And many of the times it is the very fine people on both sides argument. So keep it up, guys. I guess you're winning. I guess.
I guess they seem to think they are.
Yeah. Do I want to talk about DeFranco? He's begging me to, so I got to at least a little bit. No, not that story. This story. All right.
3-4 weeks. But then next up, we've got to talk about RFK Jr.'s Make America Healthy Again movement. Again, because it sparked a lot of debate and focus at the federal level, but maybe even more substantial as far as impact, it could be on the state level. And I say that as and because there's this AP investigation that found more than 400 pieces of anti-science legislation being introduced in state houses across the country this year alone. And we're talking about legislation based on conspiracy theories like fluoride in drinking water being used.
Fluoride is a poison. If you go out and you just drink a bottle of fluoride, you're going to die. Does that mean that there's enough in the water supply to actually poison you? No.
Yeah, how much water are you drinking? What are you going and getting it off the tap at the fucking water treatment facility? That's weird.
We haven't been putting fluoride in the water that long.
Since
And-
like the 50s, right?
Yeah. And there are some questions about whether or not it's having any effect on people. It's a genuinely good question to ask.
Yeah, I mean, they should study that sort of thing.
Your toothpaste tells you to call poison control if you swallow it. It's not because of the mint flavor. It's because of the fluoride.
Oh,
And
I
no-
thought it's too delicious. They don't want you to have it.
To poison the population, pasteurization making milk less nutritious and only really benefiting the dairy industry, and vaccines killing people. Right? And of those,
Vaccines can kill people. You can have an allergic reaction.
Yeah, there's a fund set up specifically for people that are suffering from that.
And here's the thing: if you want me to be pro science, stop hiding the bad part of it. Because look, vaccines have drawbacks. Anything you put in your body that's not natural, and even some things that are, Jack, can have drawbacks. But they're like, no, there's nothing wrong with this. They did this with the COVID thing. How long did they lie about myocarditis, even though we knew about it within like a month of the vaccine going out?
Yep.
And then when they do finally admit that, yeah, the myocarditis might be a thing, it's not published all over. It's a quiet little story that they drop on the CDC site. That none of the people who were telling you that it was a conspiracy theory covered. Not one of them did. Instead, back when we were first talking about it and how this could be an issue, they're like, no, you guys are looking at just where people report bad stuff, and that's not a real thing. Get your booster shot. I am fine with the notion, Jack. I've taken I'm asthmatic, diabetic, cripple. I've taken a lot of fucking pills over the years.
Mhm.
And I'm okay with the notion of taking a chance that, yes, this could have a horrible side effect, but it can be better for you for whatever we're giving it to you for, right? Like, you can be allergic to penicillin, but when you're scratching at your balls because there's blisters growing on it, maybe you take the chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes the benefits outweigh the negatives. The problem with modern science is you never talk about the negatives. You pretend they don't exist.
those 400 plus anti-vax bills were the most common. About 350 pieces of legislation that were introduced came at vaccines from different angles. Things like creating the criminal offense of vaccine harm, requiring
What would be wrong with that? Because in that bill, it would be knowingly doing it, not just, whoops, we didn't know. You don't think when you're forcing vaccines on the entire population, you don't think should be any accountability for the guys who pushed it knowing it was bad? They knew the myocarditis risks. Can you believe they're doing that? Fuck you, Phil. You're such a pussy.
blood banks to test for evidence of vaccinations and instituting a 48-hour vaccine waiting period, just to name a few things. Now, that said, most of these bills, they haven't taken hold. Only 26 of those have been adopted in 11 different states. But that also doesn't mean that there aren't people at risk in places where herd immunity is compromised. Right in there, you had the AP pointing to 8-year-old Liam Dahlberg of Indiana, who died from a vaccine-preventable disease earlier this year. And according to his parents,
which he never mentions in this story. I don't know this story, but I have a feeling, given that it's the AP, there's probably a lot more to this story. But there is something in here that I wanted to get to because it's what the news does, and it drives me insane.
Liam was vaccinated against Hib, but other kids in his community weren't, or because the Hib vaccine is not required for kids entering public schools in Indiana. And
he keeps calling it the Hib vaccine. That's the influenza B vaccine. Okay, we need to talk about vaccines for a second. If you've had the vaccine and you can still get the disease, you're not safe from the disease because of the vaccine.
Yeah, that's not a vaccine. That's more of a treatment then.
Yeah, this how are you stretching this to the other kid didn't get it? One, it's the flu vaccine, which some places have started to require, which they shouldn't, because you guys do know that when they give you the flu vaccine, they don't know that it's actually the right vaccine.
Yeah, it could be because they have to guess at which ones are going to be in the next year, so that because it takes a while to make the vaccines, so they're kind of just winging it.
Thank you so much, Cougar Knife. Like the old right, Dems view the feelings over facts. Yeah, I would argue in many cases both parties do it still today, but the left has made it their religion. They have vaccines against influenza. Where do I get it? Oh, sorry, that says influencers. I see what you did there.
No, sadly not.
Where is it? He was vaccinated against the type B influenza, but the disease caused his brain to swell and killed him less than 2 days after he complained of a headache. It's the flu, and it is dangerous for kids.
Yeah. And the elderly.
And let me tell you, in my 30s, it didn't feel so good either.
Yeah, it's worse as you get older. Like it has more of an impact on you. So it really could knock the wind out of your sails, especially if you're out of shape and you're fat. Trust me.
I just hate this nonsense. Like the herd immunity. Okay. Herd immunity works because the members who were vaccinated can't catch it anymore. That's the idea behind herd immunity. That way, if the ones who aren't vaccinated don't or catch the disease, they're not going to spread it to those who are. This is one of those questions about vaccines we should be allowed to ask. Why are you this kid? Basically, what you're telling me is you gave him a shot for nothing. For nothing. And then blaming it on the other kid who got sick and spread it. Well, that kid getting sick shouldn't have. If this kid was, do you know what vaccinated means?
Doctor is saying Liam, who was particularly vulnerable because of his asthma, likely picked up Hib from an unvaccinated, but then causing his brain to swell and then killing him less than 2 days after he complained of a headache. And with that,
okay, let's talk about that too, because this is probably one that's going to get us in trouble for misinformation. That's enough of Phil. Just wanted to get to that part of it, because of course he doesn't question anything critically because he's a retard. I know lots of people, many, who will no longer get a flu shot because as soon as they get the flu shot, they get sick. Now, the vaccine manufacturers will tell you, no, it's impossible. You can't. But it is amazing how often it happens. But did you catch that last line in there, Jack? The doctor said it's likely he got it from one of the unvaccinated kids. Well, if he was vaccinated and could catch it, isn't it possible that one of the other vaccinated kids had it?
What? That's crazy. No, not possible. He probably got it from an illegal immigrant.
Isn't it? See, this is the reason I highlight that part is because I do know so many people who've gotten the flu shot, gotten sick, and they're like, I'm never taking that shit again because they think that they got it from the shot. I'm not saying they didn't, but it is amazingly coincidental. It is an amazing coincidence how many people get a flu shot and then immediately get sick. I won't get a flu shot.
I typically don't because I forget and I'm lazy. And I try not to interact with other humans very much in real life.
They don't even know that it's the right flu vaccine.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like a 1 in 10 chance or something like that they got it right.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, different flus go around different years, and what they're doing is guessing which one is going to be the popular one that year. So even if you get the flu shot, there's a chance, because the other one doesn't go away, it's just a smaller quantity. You can get the flu B vaccine and just happen to come in contact with somebody with flu A, and you get it.
Yeah, because you've got no particular protection from that shot you got.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I played Pandemic a lot.
Me too. I love Pandemic.
That's a great game. So, yeah, it's kind of like, you were ready for the red cubes and you got the yellow. So,
Yep.
I don't know. It's, I don't really see the need to pay $30 to get a shot that probably isn't going to do jack shit for me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I just hate the fact that science is being abused this way. Just be honest with people. I get it. Informed consent can make shit really hard for you guys, but you owe it to the people that this is why they want things like people being held criminally responsible for vaccine harm. Because they're lying to people. How many lies did we see with the COVID vaccine?
Oh, I don't know. I'd need several sheets of paper for that. I mean, it was a lot of lies.
The president of the United States said, if you get this shot, you can't get the disease.
And then they turned around and said it's a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Yep.
That's contradictory.
And then they told us, hey, even if you get the shot, you're going to need another one in 6 months. And then 6 months after that, and then 6 months after that, for the immunity it offered.
Yeah. Real quick. Thank you, Evolved Potato. Why is DeFranco arguing against informed consent for medical procedures?
Because he's a retard. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're 100% right. Because this is mostly what it is, making the doctor inform the patient of possible side effects and not hiding it. Yep. Yeah, but they don't want you to draw your own conclusions because they think everybody is stupid except them. So they trust the experts. How many times have we heard that? And they were lying to us, like we were just talking about. It's disgusting.
Do you think those people's doctor told them that their son could still get the influenza B virus with that vaccine?
Probably not.
Probably not.
My doctor would, but he's kind of an asshole. And that's why I go to him. He gives it to you straight. And he calls me fat all the time, which I don't like, but he's not wrong.
One of the funniest moments in my life is my wife losing her shit because my doctor called me morbidly obese. She thought that was the funniest thing ever. It wasn't wrong.
I keep waiting on my doctor to poke me in the stomach and go, hee hee.
I miss that doctor. He's the one that had to eventually retire because some bitch got mad at him for calling her or her daughter fat.
Were they fat?
She was, absolutely.
Yeah, fuck you. He's right.
And she went on a crusade against him, and eventually turns out he was Dr. Housing it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm kind of okay with that if he's good at it.
Dude, this is the doctor who diagnosed my problem with my neck from me simply showing him where the pain was and describing it.
Yeah, so look, you get a good doctor like that, they know their shit. Yeah, maybe they get it wrong occasionally, but the chances are they're not going to kill you.
He was very, very good at his job, but he was also very blunt. And this fat fucking chick got her panties all in a wad, and a whole bunch of people lost a good doctor.
Doctors need to be blunt.
Yes.
They're all slightly autistic anyway. You couldn't be a doctor and not have like a bit of autism, because just to deal with all the gross shit you got to deal with as a doctor, you know, corpses and pus and all the thingies inside you that are sticky and gross. You can't be normal. There has to be, like, morticians are the same way. They got a touch of the tism, maybe a little necrophilia. I don't know. But yeah, so I don't have a problem with their bluntness.
No.
Does it hurt sometimes? Yeah, but it needs to be done.
I Dr. Housing it. No, it's not even Doctor. It's Dr. Coxing it. If you've ever seen Scrubs, because Cox didn't pull any punches with how he, you know, you're fat. You have another cheeseburger, you're gonna die. I want a doctor like that. I want a doctor who's just like, this is how it is. I need them to be a good doctor on that, though.
Yeah. They need to be correct, and they need to be able to scare me straight. You know, because if they say this is going to kill you, then I'm more likely to change my behavior than you really should consider losing a little bit of weight.
Yeah. I don't need to hear that I need to be body positive. I need them to go, you're fat.
Yeah. Tell me I'm a big old chubby bear and get it over with. I don't have a problem with that.
Oh, when I said Dr. Housing it, yeah, I did mean he was popping pills. Reportedly, this was never brought out. This is all rumor, but reportedly he was tapping his own supply. That part, yeah. Monkey Joe Rogan had on two scientists, Richard Lindzen and William Harper, who have been anti-climate change and have been trying to warn against it. It was an interesting listen. I'll listen. I'll definitely check them out. Anything that pushes back against the climate change agenda, I'm on board for. We need to stop that commie nonsense.
Yeah, the redistribution based on the weather. Yeah.
Climate science really is. I have trouble calling it climate science. The climate change hoax is what really first turned me on to how bad science is these days. Science has always been used politically. Somebody said that we watched recently, and it is true. I mean, whether you're talking about in religious circles or in actual politics, science has always been used politically. But at least the scientists used to try to do science. It would be the outside groups who were calling them blasphemers, and now you have the government doing it. Like, how dare you question our science? It's settled. It's settled. It was less than a decade ago, Jack, that I read a story about how a group of researchers had just discovered like 40 different species of frogs.
Yeah.
On our own planet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're always finding new exotic animals.
And we don't even know what all we can't find all the fucking frogs. Forget about them turning gay. We can't even find them all. And they're like, trust me, bro, I know what's going on with the weather. Because I made up this idea, and you can't prove it's wrong. The two scientists actually said
they won't even acknowledge the cloud people.
Said science was always the same. It was always influenced by politics and money. Yeah, because you need money to do research, and the way you get money is to have the politicians on your side.
Yeah,
it's a damn shame, honestly.
Yeah, they're not going to go against the people that are funding them.
Climate science. I can't believe it still takes it seriously. It is funny though, because climate change hysteria is dying. I don't want to say it's on its last leg, Jack, but if it's still on two legs, one of them is very wobbly. And every so often you'll see suddenly just all of the news will be like, the sky's falling, you guys. The world's going to end. Quick, make yourself right with Jesus. And it's always when people have started to push back and get some traction with pointing out how bad their science is.
Yeah.
It's always when one of their time limits is, trust me, guys, 2032, if I'm still around for it, is going to be a banger of a year. It really is. These people are going to lose their fucking minds because that's their newest tipping point.
Oh yeah, yeah. They keep shifting it. It's like doomsday prophecies.
Yep.
That's why I keep calling communism a religion. It's a secularized religion, and climate change is just a variation on that theme.
Yes. The earliest tipping point I can find is 1989.
Yeah, that sounds right. But remember, we were coming out of that ice age from the 70s.
89 was the tipping point. If we don't fix it by then, we're all going to die. And 89 come around and they said 2005. And then it was 2015. And now it's 2032. The next number, I promise you, will be 2050 because that's what they're using for other things right now. Don't worry, guys. It is. I forget who is the pastor. I forget the guy who told his flock, like, Jesus is coming back tomorrow, and they all went out onto the hill that he was supposed to be coming back on, and he didn't come. And smart people went, I don't think this guy knows what he's talking about.
Wasn't that the founder of the Seventh-day Advent?
Yes, I just don't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't remember his name either. But
So
then
then
it shifted the goalposts, like we were saved because of our faith, and then they just gave another date and pulled the same shit.
Yep, the actual date is a week from now. And he did this many, many times over. And it's what climate, you just compared it to a church. It's literally what churches have done.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to call Al Gore the Pope of the climate.
Oh, yeah. I've always called it the church
what
of
he
global
was.
warming.
He was there to instill doctrine in people.
Yeah, I've called it the church of
Al
global
Gore's the
warming
Pope.
since 95 at least is when I started calling it that. Evolved Potato, thank you. What started to put me off against modern science was having to do creative writing assignments in the 8th grade. I got really critical on stuff after that. Really? Creative writing made you do that? Interesting. They also mentioned the shift from the next ice age to global warming. That's a big one people talk about. And in fairness, there wasn't a huge push for the ice age thing. It's mostly known for the Leonard Nimoy show that he used to do.
Oh, In Search of.
Yeah, and there were some articles written about it, but it was nothing compared to the global warming one.
No, it was kind of the precursor because there were a couple books about the ice age, the coming of the global ice age, and then you had the population bomb around the same time. And what was the book about technology that was real big? It's still in print. I can't think of it. There's a book on technology, and they were all wrong.
Yeah,
every single one of them.
I mean, the population bomb, that guy still says the population bomb's coming. I mean, and his estimates were in the 80s.
Yeah.
Like 70% of the planet was going to die off because we just wouldn't be able to make enough food.
Yeah, but it's amazing how we've been resourceful enough to, triple the population since then?
Yeah, something like that. The hole in the ozone layer was the greatest crisis in history for a while. Yeah, and again, with the hole in the ozone, it might be natural because the first time we were able to visualize it with the satellite imagery, it was already there. It opens and closes all the time, and for all we know, it always has.
That's Earth winking at Mars.
Yeah. It's something that has always happened. And they're like, no, it's because that girl wants really big hair. Anyway, guys,
Damn you, Aquanet.
We are, well, Okay, so do you know what Primatene Mist is?
Yes.
For those of you who don't, it's an inhaler for asthmatics sold over the counter. And it was pulled from the shelves in 2011 because of the propellant in it being bad for the environment.
They
And so
killed
they
all
had to
those asthmatics, stupid
Yeah.
environment.
Took them 7 years to reformulate it with a different propellant so that they weren't destroying the ozone layer. And in the meantime, how many asthmatics could have used that?
Yeah.
And they don't even know it's actually bad. Now CO2 is the worst thing on the planet. One of my favorite things ever was an argument I was in with with an idiot ass climate believer who wanted to push hydrogen cars rather than gas powered cars, hydrogen powered cars. The funny part about that is hydrogen, the exhaust from it is water vapor. And they're like, see, it's just water vapor. Do you guys know what the overwhelming majority of the warming component of our atmosphere is made up of? It's water vapor. Yeah.
What?
And they're like, to fix global warming, we need to get more of the most abundant warming factor. Tyrite, thank you. Captain Planet was there for indoctrination, and my school had us do the Echo Fair in the 8th grade, 94. What this? So when we're coming up, I'm in high school, the very late 80s, early 90s. And my girlfriend at the time was really environmentally conscious. She hated me for it because I like, fuck this stupid shit. She was into recycling and all that.
Yeah.
She had 2 sisters and lived with her mom and dad. And her dad really upset her one day by telling her, if you really believed in recycling, you'd recycle those tampons.
I mean, is that wrong?
He's not wrong. But that was okay to throw in the trash because that's gross. Anyway, guys, we'll wrap up here. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for distracting me from my stomach. Thank you for the donations. You guys are so very kind to us. Jack, anything on the show?
I'll drop a couple of links into the chat for some cool videos. One that just came out like, an hour ago, 2 hours ago. Thank you so much for the tips and donos. You guys are awesome. This is how we make a living. And if you're listening to the replay, you can always give us money too.
True.
So yeah, check out our links and all that crap. You guys are awesome.
I've been watching some of the reaction folks. That's what I spent part of yesterday doing. That I commonly watch. And I had two realizations. One, Jeff Foxworthy is not as well known as he still should be. There was a time Jeff Foxworthy was the most listened to comedian of all time based on album sales and video sales and all that. And apparently the Blue Collar Comedy Tour was going around on the reaction circuit for a while. And it was amazing how many people they knew Larry the Cable Guy, but not Jeff Foxworthy.
Wow.
Blew my fucking mind.
Well, Jeff Foxworthy had like a TV show. He had a game show. He had a board game. I mean, and tons of specials. The guy was everywhere.
Yeah. And now he's like not even remembered. Weird.
That's crazy.
The other thing I noticed, though, is a lot of these people are now telling their audience they don't really want to do it, but they have to shill themselves because YouTube wants you to shill yourself. And I was just like, don't let YouTube tell you to do that shit. If you're not comfortable doing it, don't do it.
Yeah, it's part of the process, but we don't do it very often because it's kind of annoying and it feels a little gross.
I'm not afraid of hyping myself. But there's something about doing it every show that, it just feels gross.
Yeah, but I'm poor at the same time. So it's kind of a trade-off.
People knew Larry over Jeff. What the fuck? I know, right? That's yeah.
We live in weird times, man. Weird times.
I like Larry for what he is, and I really do like following him on Twitter. If you don't follow Larry the Cable Guy on Twitter, you should. But he's the one-liner comedian, which gets old after a while. Where people like Jeff and Ron and what's his name, Bill Engvall, who just retired recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did his final round of shows. Those guys do more of the storytelling and observational humor, which I find far more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not to take anything away from Larry. I mean, that dude he was a comedian before he becomes Larry the Cable Guy, but Larry the Cable Guy is what hit for him.
Yeah.
So now he has to do the get her done everywhere he goes. I actually feel a little bad for him.
Yeah, it's like a one-hit wonder band that plays the same song every show for
Which
50
is sad.
years.
Yeah, because he didn't just repeat the same jokes over and over again like a lot of those guys do. He had new material each time,
Yeah.
but they were still all just one-liners. Anyway, guys, that wraps this one up. Jack, a pleasure as always, my friend.
Always glad to be here.
Take care of yourselves. We love you, and we will see you on the next one. Bye now.
Bye, everybody.
Bill Engvall is hilarious. Yeah, if you've never seen his story about like flying with the it's not the Blue Angels, it's the other one, the Thunderbirds, or his one where he talked about when he got high, you should really watch them. They're funny as shit. Anyway, bye guys.
Bye.
Singity song at the end of the show. It will make my penis grow. Wait, what?